还有不是邀请你的4位的朋友哦，可有一些朋友哈，你已经是在 follow up 的时间里面，你可以邀请进来。为什么呢？邀请进来的时候，他下单过后，他能够拿到更多的lucky draw。第二，今天我们有一个非常 special 的 promotion。但是你不要问我是什么哈，等一下我们就会公布 ，OK？
So definitely today is a wonderful Wednesday, and we all leaders prepare this from months after the last month event. So we definitely put all our energy, all our effort into this event. So don't miss out. Invite your friends, invite them to come in if they really want to know more about RubyCell, and if you like them to know more about RubyCell. This is definitely the day that they should find out more about RubyCell, because all the leader has put their work in, put their effort in, and put their time into this event just to give you guys amazing Wednesday for you to guys go through this RubyCell journey.
Cash, you want diamond? I also double diamond. Yeah, OK. 来，现在是9点11分了。现在9点11分了，我们是不是要重量？大家都知道，好的东西都是前面开始的，对不对
？Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so let's move on and start this event. And this event today, we call it Be Part of the Future. Okay, so be part of the future. You know, when I was young and I go out every time, I always listen to adults or even young people who say, "Oh, if only I know the future. Oh, if only I knew iPhone would be the biggest thing. Oh, if only I know smartphone would be the biggest thing. Oh, if only I know future. You know, I always heard this kind of thing. But actually, today we are going to tell you what is ahead of our future. What is the next big thing in the world? You know, so that you guys have no excuse to say, oh, if only I know the future after 5 years' time. Right?
对，而且以一个生意人来讲，我是一个生意人。这样生意人里面呢，我们讲投资，我们也想知道未来整个企业的趋势是什么。当你知道整个企业的趋势时，你的投进去的钱是怎么样，价值更大化。大家想不想更知道我现在未来5年、10年、20年的的生意趋势是在哪里呢？如果你们想知道的话，你们可不可以给我一些的反应，打888，然后我们要欢迎我们重量级的2个人。重量级不是身材，重量级是他们的里面的内涵，还有他头脑里面的宝藏。就是我们要非常欢迎我们的 Johan， 还有我们的 Annie， 我们的 Double Johan， 还有我们的 Diamond Annie， 来跟我们讲解未来的干细胞的趋势是什么。
Yeah, so for the person who's gonna say this to you for the future, what is the future of stem cell? You know, no one is better than this guy here. One of my mentor, my partner, Johan, our great life group leader as well. So he's been in the industry for 4 years now, and he's the top leader in the Asia. So let's welcome him and one of his partner, Annie, Double Diamond Annie, to be in here and tell us more about the future. Are you guys excited about the future? Give me a 111 if you guys are excited about the future, and we'll pass it to Johan and Annie. Thank you, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to the Stem Cell Revolution. My name is Johan. Starting off this event, if you're new here, I want to welcome you. And if you've been here before, then I want to welcome you back. And I've got my co-host with me, Annie Lai. Annie, please say hello.
Hello， 各位大家早上好！兴奋的星期三，在这里看到大家的脸，让我们感到非常的快乐。然后希望期待今天可以给大家满满的能量，然后可以带领大家一起往这个干细胞的领域。我是 Annie。
You know, Annie, we do Super Monday, and in Super Monday we look quite normal, but today we look like announcers. We look like, you know, in the TV program, got like 2 people talking.
Yeah. 今天我们看起来像是平时在 Super Monday 你们可能会看到我们，但是今天你看到我们的感觉是不是好像我们要报告新闻的感觉？对，是的。
Now that I look at myself, I look like like a football match is about to begin, or yeah, like a CNN news or something like that.
然后我们Johan就开玩笑说，哎，我们看起来好像是那个足球比赛要开始了，我们要开始广播整个过程了，对不对？
But do you know what's the biggest difference between news and what we're doing today?
Should I answer you the question or should I?
No, you can translate me.
OK， OK，So 你们觉得我们现在这样子的情形啦，跟平时有什么不一样吗？跟那个报告新闻啊，报告SWOT 的活动有什么不一样吗？
The news tells you what happened in the past.
OK， 报告新闻呢，它会告诉你什么事情已经发生了。
But we are going to tell you about the future.
那我们来告诉你的是未来即将要发生的是什么。
That is the biggest difference between telling the news and telling the future.
这个就是那个分别在于我们是在讲述已经发生的事情呢，还是即将要发生的事情？
Oh, Joe, how dare you tell people that you can tell the future?
哇 ，Joe， 你怎么可以这样子讲你可以预告未来？
But let me tell you that all of us are constantly talking about the future, and we are always trying to predict the future.
让我们来告诉你，因为我们已经持续性的在研究讲述这未来，而且我们可以很数据性的预计到未来了。
What am I going to eat is about the future.
我要吃些什么，也是关于这未来的。
Where am I going to go for my holiday is about the future.
我即将要在我的假期去哪里旅行呢？这个也是未来将要发生的事来的。
And what kind of house am I going to buy is also about the future.
那我打算要买一个怎么样的屋子，这个也是讲着未来。
But our future actually depends on today, on our present.
其实我们的未来是根据现在目前的当下的。
And that is why it's very important for us to know about today so that we can be successful in the future.
这就是为什么我们必须要很清楚掌握今天，这样子我们就可以掌握未来。
If you guys are wondering why, sorry, the sound is echoing whenever I talk. So we need to be able to solve that. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, maybe you can give rights to the Irvine so that Irvine account can mute when she's talking, when I'm talking. Yeah. Okay. So today I'm going to be sharing with you about the future.
我们即将要跟大家分享的是未来。
And why it matters to you no matter what.
那为什么我们讲无论如何，这将对我们会产生影响呢？
And what we need to understand is that when we talk about the future, around 66% of people are worried about change.
OK， 为什么我们讲呢？其实啦，根据数据讲了，大概是66%以上的人呢，都是在担心着、忧虑着改变的。
And generally, people want to avoid change.
那普遍上呢，一般的人都想要避免改变的。
And this is very normal because for those people who are the reason why people are afraid or they want to avoid change is because they are not sure what's going to happen. They are unsure. They are scared of uncertainty.
那为什么一般的人都会感觉害怕、恐惧改变呢？是因为即将要面临的不确定性，让他们觉得不懂应不应该改变。
And it's really about being scared on whether things are gonna be happening for good or things are gonna be happening for bad.
其实将心比心讲的话，我们不知道改变后到底会变好， 还是会变更糟糕，所以人会有这种顾虑是很正常的。
But whatever the case is, what we really need to ask is whether we can stop change or not. The question is not whether we want to avoid it. The question is whether we can stop change or not.
那其实我们的问题呢，一直都不是在我想不想改变，然后我可以选择改变嘛。其实一直围绕着我们的是，我们是否有能力阻止自己改变呢？
You know, our lives over the course of 20, 30 years changed a lot, whether we like it or not.
那我们看回去过去的20、30年哈，是不是所有的一切全世界都在改变着？
When the telephone first came out, we would call each other and determine when we're going to meet or talk about the latest gossip.
那你看过去我们的手机跟现在的手机是不是不一样？然后手机是做什么的？有时候我们是联系大家，对方聊天互动，或者甚至是聊下是非。
You can always. I remember when when I hear about my dad trying to ask my mom on a date, my dad waited next to the telephone until my mom called.
OK， 我记得我小的时，我记得我的父亲也是在追求着我的母亲的时候呢，他也是时常用很多时间，花很多时间，就坐在那个手机旁边等待着他的妈妈的回复。
Yeah, and you know that really defined my mom and dad's relationship, and the phone was what made it possible because my mom's from Korea, my dad's from Malaysia. Without the phone, I wouldn't exist.
OK， 其实这样子讲的话，这个手机是不是针对着我的父亲跟母亲的这段姻缘里面，做出了一定的贡献？如果没有这个手机的话，可能这个世界上就没有我的存在了。
And after that, what happened was the internet came out.
然后接下来呢，什么产生了？就是网络产生了。
So when the internet came out, I grew up at a time when I was playing video games. I was playing Mario. I was playing Nintendo.
在这个网络出现的时候呢，我记得那时候的我呢，是时常上网玩着那个 Mario 兄弟的游戏啦，然后还有一些当时那个年代非常出名的一些网上的游戏。
And you know, I started to meet people online as young as 11 years old.
当我在12岁这么年轻的时候，我已经尝试到在网络上认识陌生人的感觉了，跟人家互动的感觉了。
Before you get any ideas, I was meeting people in the games.
那你们不要误会，其实我认识他们是因为通过一起玩游戏这个状况。
During the day, I was just a normal boy, but in the computer, I was a very strong warrior.
在现实当中呢，我虽然是一个12岁的小孩，但是在网络中呢，我其实是一个非常强大的将军。
And then after that, what happened was the smartphone came out.
然后接下来呢，又有什么事情发生？就是这个智能手机的产生了。
Now, when the smartphone came out, something amazing happened. The internet is something that not every person came on board. But when the smartphone came out, people had no choice but to change.
OK， 当这个 smartphone 出现在我们的世界的时候呢，一开始是怎么样的？一开始呢，不是很多人能够接受的，所以不是很多人采用。然后，但是你会发现，陆续的它已经进入我们的世界了。
And even my father, who really didn't use the internet, ended up using a smartphone.
就算是我的父亲，年事已高的父亲，但是现在他也已经很善于使用这个智能手机的。
Can you write a 777 if you had no choice but to change to a smartphone? You didn't use a smartphone because you want to. You use a smartphone because you have to.
OK，请大家，如果你觉得你自己也是没有选择的情况之下，必须把你的旧款的手机换成这个智能手机的，当初的你也是经历这个改变的话，请你在这个 chat 里面写777。
That's exactly right. A lot of people changed the smartphone not because they want to, but because they have to.
就是对了，我们看到大家的互动了，这个就是现实。有些时候不是我想要与我可以选择没有，是我们已经是必须这样子做了。
It's frustrating because now you need to make sure that you go to a cafe which has Wi-Fi.
这个是很无奈，对不对？因为现在啊，就算我们去一个咖啡厅，我们也会去选择一个咖啡厅网线比较好的咖啡厅，对不对？
You're so used to SMS. When people WhatsApp you, you don't read the WhatsApp. You just read the SMS.
So 你太习惯于看那个 SMS 了。人家 WhatsApp 你的时候，你不去看 WhatsApp， 然后你只去看人家 SMS 你的东西。
Don't WhatsApp me. I still used to SMS.
哎呀，不要 WhatsApp 我了，很奇怪啊，那个东西我习惯了这个 SMS 了。
And when you were told that you can send an email with the phone, I think even today, not many people send emails with phones.
然后我们也被被教育说，其实我们可以用我们的手机来 send email 的 ，OK？ 但是我却觉得，现在目前为止啦，很多人还是不习惯于用自己的手机来 send email 的。
But the truth is, the majority of people now, especially people who are working, are sending email, checking email primarily on the phone. Not more people are using the smartphone than computers.
那其实事实是什么呢？事实是几乎所有做生意、做商业的人呢，他们都已经是很习惯于使用手机来检查自己的 email， 来发送这个 email， 他们几乎已经不习惯于用他们的电脑来做这个事项了。
And it became such a situation where now we don't check our SMS anymore. We only check our WhatsApp.
那你有没有发现呢？其实来到现在的今天，我们几乎已经不看我们的 SMS， 我们只会去关注我们的 WhatsApp。
We don't, before we call someone, we WhatsApp them first. Can talk? Are you free? And then you will call. It's not like last time. Last time you just call.
那现在呢，我们会是怎样？当我们要 call 一个人的时候，我们会 WhatsApp 他，哎，你得空吗？我可以跟你讲一下电话吗？然后得到了允许过后，我们才会 call。不像以前的话，我想要找那个人就直接 call 那个人了。
And when we take a photo, it's very easy for us to now forward it and share with everyone.
那现在拍一张照片，美美的照片，是不是很容易就把你这个美美的照片就从 WhatsApp 发出去给你的朋友了？
Finally, when you wake up in the morning, you go to the toilet first, and when you sleep at night, you read a book. But now, when you wake up in the morning, you look at your smartphone first, and before you go to sleep, you look at your smartphone.
以前的生活是怎样？在我们要睡觉前，我们会读书，看些书，然后才睡觉。那现在的生活又是怎样？现在是睡醒第一件事情找手机，然后睡前最后一件事情也是看手机。
Now, the question is not that whether you changed to using a smartphone or not. The question is, are you spending money or making money on the phone?
那我们今天要来探讨的呢，不是所谓的你是在用这个智能手机了吗？我们要探讨的是，你其实使用你的智能手机的时候，当下是在帮你赚钱呢，还是在帮你消费钱而已？
This is important because it tells a lot about the way you operate and how relevant you are to the current economic situation.
这个是要讲述什么呢？就是讲述说 我们活在这样子的时代下，我们是否有去真的符合跟善用我们现在目前这个时代的武器，而来净化自己？
No matter how good your food is, if you're not on Grab or Beep It, no one knows you. No one will order from you.
无论你的厨艺有多好，煮的食物有多好吃，但是如果你的食物没有放在 GrabFood 或者是 Beep It 里面呢，是没有可能有人知道你的手艺有多好的。
No matter how good, how educated you are, and no matter how smart you are, if you don't have a LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram page, no one gonna know you.
无论你的内涵有多丰厚，多有智慧，读了多少书，多聪明，但是如果你没有把你的这一切放在 LinkedIn 啊、Facebook 啊、你的 social media，是没有人会认识你这个人的哦。
If you don't know companies like Alibaba or Amazon or Microsoft, you will not know what it means to do big business today.
那如果你到今天为止还不知道什么是 Amazon、阿里巴巴这些出名的网络公司的话，我可以告诉你说，你其实还搞不清楚什么为大生意。
This became way more obvious during the lockdown, when all of us were forced to buy online.
这一切的那个数据，跟那个情形呢，在 MCO 后更为明显，因为在 MCO 一开始过后，我们没有选择，必须学习在网上购物。
Now we are so used to buying things online, we buy so many things online, and when we're bored, we go on Shopee.
OK， 那现在我们是不是很习惯就是在网上购物了？然后我们可以换着不同的网络平台来购物，去选择自己想要的东西，对不对？
The important thing is this, that all these changes happen whether we like it or not.
这个事实是什么呢？事实告诉我们，这一切的东西呢，是我们没有的选择的，我们真的是必须顺势而为的，而改。
And that is what's different about today's seminar. The difference about today's event is that I want to make sure that you happen to the change, not the change happen to you.
所以今天我们的会议的重点就是要让你针对迎合这个改变 ，OK， 就是引领着这个改变，而并不是改变来攻击你。
The question is whether you're ready for change, because today we're going to talk about something which can change your life.
今天我们讲的主题是改变嘛，对不对？但是我们其实也有在自己的生活中有一些东西是无法改变的。
Now, so far I talked about so many things which change, but there are certain things which never change.
刚才我们是不是一直在讲改变，但是也有某一些事项是不可能改变的。
Since 很多以前, we all want to live long.
在很久以前，很多人都想要长命百岁，对不对？
In Egypt, Cleopatra, and since then until now, women want to be beautiful.
从埃及的那个年代和埃及艳后开始宣导，很多女人都想要一辈子都漂亮。
And since long time ago, men and women always want to be rich.
然后在不懂从几时开始，人无论是男人还是女人，都希望自己可以很富裕的。
So if you are able to manage what changes and recognizes what does not change, you will become a powerful person.
那如果你能够去管控什么东西是改变中的东西，而且能够很清晰的分析跟明了哪一些事物是不可以改变的话，
Because you will start to understand how to tell the future.
那你就能够掌控未来，你也知道未来即将会发生什么事情了。
So by the end of today, you will be learning about how consumption should become an income and not an expense.
OK，so 在今天这个会议结束前呢，你将会得到以下的一些总结。
So many people left a 9-to-5 job to live a more flexible life.
其实现在的当下有很多人都已经放弃了朝九晚五的工作，然后学习去尝试一个更自由、更广阔的生活模式。
And if you're not converting your consumption into an expense, your life will become much more difficult because primarily you will be spending, not making.
那因为大家都现在很享受生活了，对不对？我们的大环境都是这样子。那如果今天我不学习，把自己的消费转为投资的话，那我们将会支撑不下去，符合不到这个时代的消费的模式。
You know, when it comes to men will spend more money as they get older, but women will spend even more money when they get older.
那你知道吗？一个男人到达了一个年龄的时候呢，他会用的钱比他年轻的时候更多。但是女人会是这一个情形的话，会是严重好几倍的。
Because acne cream is cheaper than wrinkle cream.
为什么呢？因为痘痘消炎的痘痘的 cream 永远是比消皱纹的 cream 来的便宜。
And reverse aging cream is much more expensive than wrinkle cream.
那我告诉你，还有一个更贵的 cream， 比消除皱纹的 cream 更贵的，就是让你恢复年轻的 cream。
You know, as I live my years in this world, I don't think eyelash extension was a thing, but now it's a thing.
你知道吗？作为一个男人的角度来讲啦，过去我觉得眼睫毛加界眼睫毛不是一个什么东西了，但是现在的我觉得它真的是一些东西了哦。
And you know, expenses for women especially are increasing more and more. The question is not whether your expense is going to increase. Your expense is going to increase. The question is, how are you going to manage that expense? It's a change. It's something that's going to happen. We know that's going to happen. How are you prepared for it?
那我们身为女人的话，你会很清楚，以前的我们扮美的方式，只有寥寥无几。但是现在我们要变成精致生活，然后要过得漂亮的话，我们的消费是远远比以前来得多种类的。那如果这些消费是必然的话，因为我们想要 presentable 嘛，但是你有没有去想过？要如何能够让自己的收入可以增加，然后同时可以达到平衡之处，而还有剩的。
I know that one day I will retire.
我知道有一天我将会退休。
Some of you might be thinking, wow, you're thinking about retirement already?
哇，有一些人就觉得你才几岁就想着退休了啊。
It's not that I'm thinking about retirement already. It's the fact that I am going to retire when I'm 90 or 100. If I live, you know, when I live that long, when I'm 90 or 100, it's going to happen, right? So I better prepare for it now.
那不是讲我几时要退休这个问题啊，我们来探讨的是有人能够做工作到90岁、100岁吗？就算你的寿命这样长，你也是会有一个你自己的退休计划，对不对？
So the second thing that we're going to learn by the end of today is the opportunity you will have in the stem cell industry.
那今天结束前的第二个事项，我们要整合好的就是在未来这个干细胞的趋势，它的潜力发展跟我们的关系。
Now, there was a time when it was a good time to go into the internet business.
那曾经也有一个黄金时期，可以让我们跻身于这个网际网络这个商业里面的。
Now is also pretty good, but not as good as 10, 20 years ago.
虽然现在如果你挤入这个领域也是不错的，但是如果口碑20年前的话，我们已经错过了它爆发期。
Yeah, people who started 10, 20 years ago are now companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and Alibaba.
为什么呢？因为在20年前挤进这个领域的人呢，现在都是这个领域里面的龙头老大，来 Amazon 这些公司了。
And I'm here to tell you that we are now in the best time to start the stem cell business.
那我想要告诉你的是，其实现在这个 moment 就是进入这个干细胞领域最佳，而且是爆发期了。
Now you're probably wondering, I don't know anything about stem cell, and that's okay. Even Jack Ma doesn't know anything about coding.
然后你现在一定讲，哇，干细胞嘞，我都不是我的本行，我哪里会？然后其实是没有问题的，为什么呢？因为马云他也是不懂要怎么样网卖的。
Today you will find out how everyday normal people like you and I got into the stem cell business and really transformed their lives, especially during lockdown.
那今天你将会学到的，就好像在座的许多伙伴一样，在过去我们都从来不认识什么是干细胞，但是现在我们可以在这个领域里面立足，而且能够分一杯羹。
Finally, you will be meeting people who are all about helping your life go upward and forward only.
最后一点要谨记，你即将要抽出你的时间，挪出你的时间，跟愿意无条件、全力以赴协助你成功的人在一起。
In Great Life Group, we help people become beautiful, we help people make money, but most of all, we want to help people live happy lives.
在 Great Life Group 里面呢，我们的宗旨是要帮助大家变得更美丽，帮助大家变得更富裕。最重要的部分就是我们希望能够帮助更多的人，让他们的生活更快乐美满。
Just like a fire, when it sticks to a bigger fire, it becomes one big fire.
就好像火把一样，一只小的火把连着一个大的火把，这个火就会烧得更大，对不对？
Keep an open mind and open heart towards the people you will meet today, and you will find out that you have a chance to meet people who can truly make your life fulfilled.
请打开你的思维，打开你的心灵的眼睛，去看待这个邀约你前来听这个会议商机的朋友，你会发现这一个人其实能够带给你的东西是远远超过你能想象的。
The final thing I want to tell you is this.
这是最后我想要告诫大家的一个事实。
I want to let you know that all of us come from stem cells.
那我们很多人都知道，我们人其实是源自于干细胞。
Whether we like it or not, almost everything we use on our body is going to be stem cell related.
无论你喜欢或不喜欢，但是我们全身上下的所有的东西都跟这个干细胞是息息相关的。
Now, today's talk is recorded.
那今天我们的会议呢是被录影下来了的。
I have said this so many times over the past 4 years.
我在过去的4年里面呢，我重复又重复讲了非常多次这个东西。
And I'm probably going to say it for the next 4 years.
然后我接下来 maybe 在接下来的4年中也会持续讲下去的。
Just like how we cannot live without the smartphone.
就比如说我们现在是如何不能生活，然后没有了这个智能手机一样。
You will not be able to live without stem cell products.
你将来也是，你现在开始也是即将会面临这个无法离开干细胞产品的这个情形。
Because all of us come from stem cells.
因为我们的身体的每一个部分都是由干细胞生长而成的。
So I strongly encourage that all of you take the time to open your minds and open your hearts to this change, which is going to happen very, very soon.
我强烈的建议各位打开你们的心眼，打开你们的心灵，去看待这一个即将要发生在我们的身上，然后做出一个非常大转变的一个情况。
And by joining us, you will not just be buying a product or trying to get people to buy the product. We also here offer coaching and mentoring so that you will be able to grow not just your life and your pocket, but your hearts and minds.
OK， 在这里呢，我们不是在教育你们要如何买这个产品，或者是销售这个产品给你，然后又或者是教你怎么卖这个产品。我们其实是要全方位的，有你的心灵跟你的生理都照顾好、引领好的一个平台。我们你们的成功、你们的富裕的生活、快乐的生活都是我们的目标。
With that, I will come back to you at the end of the session to share with you my story, but please enjoy the show. And I strongly encourage again that you keep an open heart and mind so that you can have a chance to have your life to go upward and forward only.
OK， 到此我希望大家能够打开自己的心灵，然后去享受接下来的所有准备的一切分享。我希望你从中可以得到很多美好的学习或知识，然后我将会把这一个段落告别这个段落，接下来就是 ending 的时候，我会再来为大家做一个总结。
My session's ending a little early. Sharon and Irvine, are you there?
OK，
Oh,
我们的
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I'll see you guys at the end. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much.
非常感谢 Johan 还有 Annie 他们 Johan 我们的 top leader Johan 还有 Annie 的 sharing， 你们是不是有得到非常好的知识呢？如果有的话，你们可以打一个111吗？
Yeah, super thankful for Johan and Annie for this wonderful share about change. You know, when they share about change, you can see the specific where people start uses SMS and they change it to WhatsApp, and people who order food to dine in go to the shop front and order food. But nowadays we all use Grab, Bit, and all these other apps. So everything is changing. You know, things are changing. So are you changing? And today, in this skincare technology type, we used to use tap on our face. You know, cream like this, tap on our face. So what is the change in the skincare industry? What's the change that we are gonna show you today?
还有就是刚才 Johan 讲的嘛 change， 其实每个人，尤其是我自己，讲回我自己的 change， 尤其是我以前，大家都知道我以前是用 Watson 的，比你们在柜台买的还要一个等级的，就是哇非常高的一个等级。然后在这一个我勇敢的就是我一个相信和勇敢的做一个决定，然后让我这个决定让我3年之后的现在。我能够什么？第一，我能够拿到我非常不算就是非常漂亮，算是不错的脸。然后还有就是这一个是我对我整个家庭来讲，我们尤其是在现在这个时间，我拿到的是非常稳定的收入，让我的整个家能够真安定。所以我非常相信，当你做一个决定的时候，它一定是往前和往upward and forward 的。这就是我在这3年的改变，和这个3年里面，我因为一个相信和改变，我得到了很多很多的礼物。
Yes, definitely. So without further ado, we will invite our speaker today to tell you more about the future of our skincare. And today we have our partner here, who is Jamie, Emerald Jamie. She has 45 years in construction industry, and she joined Roussel 1 or 2 years ago. And she's going to share with you why she joined RubyCell and how she make it in RubyCell. And her mission in life is to create a healthy, beautiful, and confident lifestyle for women. You know, that's definitely amazing. And her co-partner who she have with her, which is none other than Emerald Mayan. And she also is a businesswoman herself, and she came to here become an Emerald, and she will share with you as well how she make it today.
好，我们下一个会是谁呢？就是我们的 Emerald Jamie 还有 Emerald Mayan。大家不用讲，我们看 Jamie 的时候，哪里感觉得到他是在那一个建筑业的呢？戴着一个帽子，在工地上监督那个工程，你们会相信吗？如果你们没有见到，不知道 Jamie 是做这一个工作的，你们会相信现在的 Jamie 是跟这个建筑业有相连的吗？然后我们看一看梅艳，我们会想就是一个女人哇，不过她也是一看下去就像一个女强人，所以她简直是可以跟这个是完全是大家都会相信的，她就是一个事业型女性。所以这两个独立的事业型女性，他们会告诉你怎么在这个刚才Johan有说了嘛，干细胞，我们就会想，诶，干细胞跟 RubyCell 有什么关联呢？我们的这两大美女，她就会跟我们 sharing 和给我们知道干细胞和 RubyCell 到底为什么他们连相应。然后我们欢迎梅艳和 Jamie， 大家鼓励一个掌声或者一个 icon。
Yeah, so let's welcome Mayan and Jamie to share with you the future of stem cell and how the stem cell work for our skin and how does it work in the future as well. Let's welcome Mayan and Jamie.
大家做一个888好不好？欢迎 Jamie 还有梅艳两大美女，告诉你
Give them
什
more
么是
888
RubyCell。
so they have more power to share with you.
我们把棒子交给梅艳和 Jamie 啦。
Let's go.
Thank
Hello,
you,
hello.
thank you, Wan and Sharon. Hello, 早上好。
Hello，大家早上好。
How are you, Jamie?
Fine, thank you. 我很好啊，梅艳，你呢？
Okay, 很好。So, now we are here to talk about commercialization. Correct or not, Jamie?
呀，对，所以呢，今天呢，我就是在这里呢，我很感谢，就是公司 AlphaZone 跟 Grave Life Good 很荣幸的，他给我这个机会，在这里跟你们分享这个什么是关于我们公司的产品、公司的背景。虽然我是来自一个 construction line 的，但是呢，这个对我来说呢，也是不是一个很大的问题，因为我们人呢，只要肯通过学习自身的提升呢。所以是绝对不是一个问题的。OK，so 梅艳，我们可以开始了吗
OK， 可以开始了。So let's see.
So,
OK
感谢今天梅艳也是我的伙伴。
Yeah, thank you, Jamie. So now,
谢谢
we'll give a brief introduction about AlphaZone. Yeah. So when we talk about business opportunity, we actually need to know the trend of a future, just like what Johan and Annie mentioned in the beginning of our training. Yeah.
呀，对，所以一开始的时候呢，我们来讲到公司背景的时候，当然我们就会联系到，就是刚才你们有听到我们的 leader Johan 跟 Annie 的分享，什么是关于到干细胞这个医疗化的干细胞，跟我们的公司就是科技化的，可以做一个怎样的结合 ？OK？
Yeah. So now, if you do not know, I'm telling you that, okay, 6 out of the 10 richest people in the world are in the form of internet and technology industry, like Google and Amazon.
所以呢，我们都知道呢，未来的趋势呢，都是在哪里？都是在科技化的。所以这个我们也不需要多说了，就好像我们现在都很出名的 Amazon 那一些全部都是在这一个领域的。
Yeah. So by saying so, which industry do you think will dominate the top 10 rich list 10 years from now? One of it will be definitely stem cell.
OK， 所以在这么多的趋势里面呢，什么行业是那一个未来的领头羊呢？我告诉你们，就是我们这个干细胞的未来的这一个趋势。
Yeah. So when we talk about stem cell, it has to be RubyCell, and that's why we are here today.
如果讲到干细胞呢，那么不可以否认的就是我们的 Ruby Cell 呢，就是为什么今天我跟梅燕就是会坐在这里，告诉你们，跟你们分享为什么是 Ruby Cell。
Yeah, so just a brief introduction. Okay, if you are not clear, if you are new here, Ruby Cell is the products of Afrazone, and Afrazone in Korean means moving forward.
OK， 如果今天在座的朋友们，可能新的朋友们对我们的公司不太了解的话，那么在这里我们想做一个简短的介绍我们的公司。我们的公司就是一个韩国的公司，名字叫 Afrazone。那么可能很多人不明白什么叫 Afrazone。Afrazone 的意思呢，就是不断的、持续的往前。
Yeah, so as our top leader Johan always say, our life is always upward and forward only.
就好像我们刚才Johan leader说的，我们的生命只会持续的、不断的向上跟往前。是不是这个就是我们每一个人都向往的呢？
Okay, so without further ado, let's move on to our important topic for the day, the commercialization of stem cell.
OK， 那么事不宜迟，那么今天我们就会进入了我们的主题，就是关于什么是干细胞。
Yeah, so why is Ruby Cell so special?
为什么 Ruby Cell 干细胞是这么的特别呢？
Now, what is actually a stem cell?
所以什么是干细胞？你们知道什么是干细胞吗？
Yeah, stem cells is actually the cells in the body have specific purpose, okay? But the stem cells are cells that do not yet have a specific role, and it can become almost any cell that is required.
其实呢，我们人体呢就是有一个母细胞，就是叫干细胞。所以这个干细胞呢，它其实就是一个细胞的源头。所以它不仅是这个生物进化和发展的一个基本的单位，就是新的原理就是一个基本的单位。它其实也是一个我们就是组织器官的生长，就是说它可以成为血液细胞、肝细胞、脂肪细胞、骨骼细胞。
Okay, now our body is made up of many different types of cell.
所以呢
sorry.
你
continue.
OK， 所以从这个图表你们可以看到呢，我们的人体呢是由千万60亿兆的细胞所组织而成的。
Okay, most cells are specialized to perform particular functions such as the red blood cells that carry oxygen around our bodies in the blood, but they are unable to divide.
OK， 所以呢，每一个细胞呢，它都有自己的功能，它就是会有可能我们会有这个骨骼细胞啊、肝细胞啊、血液细胞啊等等，所以它们都有自己的工作需要去进行的。
Now, stem cells provide new cells for the body as it grows and replace specialized cells that are damaged or lost. So they have two unique properties that enable them to do this.
所以呢，干细胞呢，同时呢，它是为这个创伤啊、损伤啊、跟衰退时机制的它可以去再生跟修复的一个基本的单位。
Yeah. So as they divide over and over again, it produces new cells. Okay, they can change into other type of cells that make up the body.
所以它就会不断的分裂啊、再生啊、修复啊，然后去复制一些细胞。
Yeah. So how actually Ruby cell extract the growth factors from human stem cell?
所以这里呢，我们将会讲到，那么我们的 Ruby cell 呢，我们就一直强调我们会有这个增长分子是怎样来的，所以在这里我们会跟你们详细的讲解。
Okay, so the Korean government will obtain the stem cell from people who do liposuction.
所以呢，在韩国呢，其实它就是我们有一个机构呢，它就是会提供，就好像一些韩国的人大概是30岁左右的人可以去做这个脂肪的抽脂的。
Yeah, and then there's a lot of way, and the most common one is actually liposuction. So what they do is they do a background check. They will do their QC based on the Korean stem cell government standard.
当然，你要去做这个脂肪的抽脂捐赠的时候呢，它会经过很多一系列的一些的验证啊、报告啊，跟一些的就是检测的，就是说看你符合不符合韩国政府的一些条规的。
Okay, so after qualified, they will process the adipose tissue so that they can harvest the fibroblast cell and cultivate it and produce a byproduct.
OK， 当经过所有的这一个检测了过后，你是符合那一个要求的话呢，然后你就可以捐赠你的这一个脂肪的这一个干细胞，我们就会从里面提取，然后去培植、去培养、去复制的。
Yeah, and this byproduct is called the stem cell protein extract.
所以这一个呢，培育出来的这一个呢，我们就名称就叫做干细胞蛋白提取物，或者是干细胞培养液。
And this stem cell protein extract is very rich in growth factor, which has many yummy stuff.
然后呢，在我们的这个韩国的这个科学家里面，原来发现到原来这一个这么好的蛋白质就是我们的 stem cell protein extract 蛋白质培养液原来它里面有包含了包含了300多种的增长因子 ，whichever 我们提取了130种我们皮肤需要的增长因子，放在所有我们的 RubyCell 产品里面。
Okay, so now, what is so special about RubyCell?
那么 RubyCell 是有什么魅力让我们这么多线上的 leader 们、领袖们沉迷呢？追随呢 ？OK， 然后我们这里就会跟你们细细的讲解。
Yeah, so basically there are 3 things, okay? 3 technology we always must remember.
都在我们的公司里面 AlphaZone 里面呢，我们就会有一个很迷人的3大科技，就也可以说是一个很棒的3大科技，我们永远要记得的。
Yeah, so technology number 1 is the APL Pro, the nanoliposome technology.
第一个呢，我们的科技呢，我们就名称就叫做脂肪式的讲说我华语不大会说 nanoliposome 脂肪式复合化的一个科技。
Yeah. So if you are new here today, okay, you can see from this bottle, this is technology number 1, okay?
所以你可以看到呢，梅艳妮的手上拿着的呢，就是我们的这一个 RubyCell 的安瓶。
Yeah. So all the ingredients actually are encapsulated in the correct ratio, in a refined process, all in this bottle.
OK， 我们的科技技术是什么呢？就是我们就会将我们所有提炼出来的，就是刚才我们说的130种的这一个增长分子水分营养玻尿酸等等，所有的营养呢，就会把它压缩在这个脂囊里面，这个叫胶囊里面，就是在一个微脂化的胶囊里面，然后全部就会放在我们的这个安瓶里面。
Jamie is pretty amazing, right? Just 1 bottle like that. Yeah, you can do wonders, correct or not? Just by using 1 bottle like that. So, can you share with me actually how much do you spray per day? Just this 1 bottle? Do you use 1 bottle per day?
OK， so 梅艳妮的就说他发觉到这一个是很 amazing 其实我还想强调的是，不只是我们这个安瓶很 amazing， 其实它一地都已经是很 amazing 了。所以呢，这个一瓶呢，我呢，梅艳问我是我一天呢大概是会 depends on 我的生活的方式。如果当天我很匆忙的话呢，我可能就会用到半瓶咯。但是如果我是在一个我想要做一个很 detail 的 很细节式的这个提升的话，我就是会一天就会用到一个安瓶，所以是 depends on 是根据你个人的生活方式去进行的。
Yeah. Okay. So now we move forward to technology number 2. So what is technology number 2?
那么来到了我们第二大的科技，那么什么是第二大的科技呢？
Yeah. So our technology number 2 is our Pi water.
第二大的科技呢，就是我们的这个他们叫 Pi water， 就是最接近我们人体的水分子。
Yeah. So Pi water is used in the formulation of Ruby cell, okay, other than the key ingredients in the previous slide we have shown, all right? So it's actually the closest water to human being. So why is it so important to have the water which is closest to the human being?
OK， 在我们所有的产品中呢，我们是没有任何的防腐剂的。那么我们怎样去提炼我们公司的产品呢？我们就是全部都是用这个我们的 so-called Pi water 去提炼我们所有的产品的。所以我们的产品呢是绝对是无毒，然后是没有任何的化武剂，是很安全的使用在我们每一个人的身上。
Now, Pi water have a very high absorption rate. Okay, you can just spray and then the absorption is like immediately it goes into the deeper layer of your skin.
OK， 为什么我们会选择这个 Pi water 呢？这个 Pi water 呢，其实它就是最接近人体，你们可以去 Google check， 然后它的分子是非常的细小。为什么我们需要分子小的水分？就是因为我们要我们的皮肤可以瞬间的被吸收，可以马上的得到我们要的效果。所以我为何其中一个原因，我们公司选用 Pi water。Now,
yeah. So Pi water is highly oxygenated. It's like when you spray, right, immediately you feel so refreshed. And it's so convenient to use, you know, just buy one bottle like that. Yeah, you can open up, okay? And you don't need to dab. All you need to do is just spray.
OK， 然后我们都知道呢 ，Pi water 呢，它是很高氧化的，所以高氧化你们大家都应该不陌生吧？因为我们人人都整天都说的我要抗氧化，我要抗氧化，我要高氧化。所以在这里呢，我们绝对符合的提供给我们现在日常人们所需要追求的抗氧化的水分，所以就在我们的这一个 Pi water mist 里面。
Yeah, and it has these antioxidation properties that slow down the aging process, which has a pH level 7.
我们都知道为什么抗氧化这么重要，因为今天当你有在持续的不断的做抗氧化的这个动作的时候，其实它是能让你的衰老再减缓的。因为我们都知道自由基的产生，它其实一直不断陆续的在破坏我们的细胞，导致我们的这个老化的速度就会越来越快。然后呢，我们的 Pi water 呢也是很好的，它是在 level 7。OK？
Yeah. So if you do not know what is our Pi water, I'm showing you here. This is our Pi water. This is a very amazing mist. Okay, we call it as mist. All right, it's just like any toner that if you are using toner, then this is like a toner to you. Okay, but we call it as a mist, right? One bottle like that is pretty amazing also. Okay, it has so much of functions, and best of all, it has the antioxidation properties that slow down your aging process. OK，
所以在我们公司里面呢，我们一直跟你们强调的这个 Pi water 呢，其实在我们公司里面名称就是叫 mist， 所以你们可以上网去寻找什么是 Pi water， 或者是你上网打的什么是 Ruby cell 的 mist， 我绝对会在里面会给你们更多更好的 information。OK， 好，我们继续。
Yeah, so then we have technology number 3. Okay, so let's recall a bit. What is technology number 1? What is technology number 2? So can you all please type for me what is technology number 1 that you must remember in Ruby cell? Type it in the chat.
刚才我们讲过了那么多，你们记得我们的3大科技是什么吗？刚才我们已经分享了2大科技，那么你们还有没有在线上朋友可以为我们 打上你们刚才所学习到的第一大科技跟第二大科技是什么？可以为
Yeah,
我们
come
打上。
on. Yeah, technology
谢
number one.
谢，谢谢金璇，谢谢
Thank
Zoe，
you.
谢谢
Yeah.
哇
Thank
，OK
you,
OK，
thank
就是
you. Okay.
证明你们全部都很在on track 啊，都是在
Yeah,
很积
yeah,
极的
yeah.
在学
So
习。
yeah. Thank you, thank you. So comes to technology number 3 is our airbrush nanotechnology.
来到了这个第三大的科技呢，我相信你们应该都很不陌生了吧？可能你们会在现在近的 social media 里面看到就是浮现在你们的可能一些 Facebook 啊、Insta 啊等等的这一个压缩的喷枪啦。
Yeah. So how does this airbrush nanotechnology work? It is used in the application of RubyCell intensive for you ampoules.
OK， 这个呢，这一把呢，其实就是我们公司的专利喷枪。然后这一个技术呢，就只有我们 AlphaZone 公司会可以提供的。然后它是通过空气的压缩，然后把刚才Mayan 有讲解到我们的第一大的科技 APL Pro 包进里面，然后再压缩，把它成为更细小的分子。
So
OK， 输送到我们的皮肤。
Yeah, okay. So the patented nozzle technology, okay, optimized for pairing with the RubyCell nanoliposms.
So 刚才我也讲解了，所以它这就是通过这一个我们的喷枪呢，它是有一个叫纳米的科技，所以可能在线上很多朋友都会很好奇说，纳米其实大家都不陌生嘛，因为现在很多的科技都是不断的在强调，纳米我也是纳米科技啊，我也是纳米科技嘛。但是我们要bear in mind 的就是纳米其实它是有很多种，可能你的纳米是0.001也算是纳米，0.00001也是纳米。那么为什么我们 RubyCell 的喷枪是那么的特别呢？是因为我们的纳米呢是0.9个零一个亿，是这样的纳米，0.9个零一个亿，这就是我们的科技啦。
Yeah, so when we talk about patented nozzle technology, okay, there are so many in the market, as Jamie mentioned, right? So 0.01 is also a nanotechnology. But what is so special about RubyCell, okay? RubyCell has this 0.00090, okay? 90, okay? So, so fine, okay, that, it's so good that you must use it, okay, to effectively penetrate, okay, it to your dermis layer of our skin, okay. So the penetration rate, okay, is actually 80%. That's very, very high. Yeah.
对，这把喷枪呢，它其实只是专门提供给我们的产品，就是我们的RubyCell 的产品，可能我们的安瓶啊，我们的 Mist 啊去使用的。因为在这些产品里面呢，刚才我们也介绍了，我们有这个 APL Pro 的APL Pro 的这一个科技呢，然后我们把它倒进我们的这一个纳米的喷枪里面呢，它就可以
Jamie, you need to unmute. Jamie cannot hear you.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. 所以我刚才就是说到 ，OK， 这一个喷枪呢，其实它就是特别的设计给我们公司所有的产品，就是 RubyCell 所有的产品，我们的安瓶，我们的 Mist， 把它倒进去的里面，是因为我们的科技就是刚才Mayan有提到的 APL Pro， 就是这个脂肪式的这个微脂化的这个技术把所有的营养包覆在里面，然后通过我们的喷枪，然后直接渗透到我们的真皮层，然后我们是有经过试验的，试验证明呢，它的渗透度是高达88%的 ，OK， 好
，Yeah，
next。对，然后在这里，现在我们还刚才你们可以看到的那一个图表，就代表我们现在目前呢，就是非常之红的，就是有2种的喷枪，一个就是刚才第一张图上面的手提式的，另外一个就是handy 携带式的，我们叫携带式的喷枪。
Don't go away, later we will do a demo for you all to see. This is the
Yeah,
home gun.
yeah.
Da, 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 da. Okay, so yeah, so Jamie.
OK， 好了，现在我们来和大家讲解一下，为什么我们的产品跟我们的皮肤有什么关系 ？OK， 众所周知呢，我们皮肤呢是我们人体最大的器官，你们同意吗？你们同意吗？如果线上朋友同意，可以给我一个 comment 一下。然后呢，其实我们皮肤很多大的问题哦，其实都是细胞的机能衰退所影响的。
Yeah. So, do you actually agree with me that skin, okay, is our biggest asset especially for women? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Can comment? Anyone?
Yeah, I saw it. A lot of people comment already.
Yeah.
所以为什么我们现在不管现今的男人女人呢，都要去很照顾他的皮肤？因为当我们随着我们年龄的增长哦，其实我们老化的速度其实是越来越严重的。
Yeah. Okay. As we grow, I don't want to say age. As we grow, okay, we need to understand that we need to what's the word? We need to take care of our well-being. Okay, we need to love ourselves so that other people, okay, will respect you of who you are because you know how to take care of yourself. It's very, very important. Yeah.
OK， 我们就说了嘛，衰老呢就会年龄增长衰老会越来越严重嘛。那么我们刚才又有跟你们分享了什么是干细胞嘛，对吗？那么我们可以现在做一个总结呢？就是说，如果今天我们可以激活我们沉睡的细胞啦，或者是我们可以再产生新的活跃的细胞啦，让那些细胞一直在工作，那么我们衰老的速度是不是就可以放慢了呢？有没有这样的可能性 ？OK， 美妍。
So now today, if I tell you that okay, we have this ability, all right, to actually regenerate our cell. Okay, we don't need to even do any surgery, but our cell can regenerate, regrow itself. Are you interested to know more?
对，所以呢，我们继续想要了解我们的 Ruby Cell 产品呢，其实它就是有这一个功能。所以接下来呢，我们就会跟你们再细化的去讲解如何可以达到这一个效果。
Yeah, that's why we are here today, okay? And Ruby Cell can do wonders on this to do the regeneration, regrow, and how does it work? That's where we are here today to show you how it works.
OK， 在这个图上呢，我们就看到，可能对你们来说也是很不陌生的，就是一个皮肤的结构，就是皮肤分为有表皮层、真皮层跟皮下组织。
Yeah. So now from this diagram, you can see the skin structure. Now, how many of you actually don't understand what a skin structure is? If you do not understand how does a skin structure works, can you please feedback to us? Okay, type 111 if you do not know, and type 222 if you know.
我们看一下有多少人对皮肤的结构有多了解哈。got 222. Okay.
Wow, very good. Everyone here know. Wow, so amazing.
梅艳说我可以统计一下，原来现实的女性只知道要去保养好自己的形象，但是最核心的本质就是我们自己的皮肤的结构其实可能就是一知半解的，对吧？
Yeah, correct.
其实也不例外。如果我今天没有加入这个 Alpha Zone 的话，在 Ruby 上，其实我也不了解我自己的皮肤的结构。
Yes, yeah. To be very honest, actually, I don't have knowledge about skincare. You know, before I use Ruby Cell, I don't know anything. I just buy from the counter. Okay, I just use. and then I don't go and find out what is the ingredients, what is so good about it, because I was all this while trying to fix my problem. Okay, so yeah, it's
没有，
because
是不
of
是那些
yeah.
挑的人跟你说这个产品好啊，我们就去买这个，这个产品有效果啊，我们就去用这个，会吗？你是不是也是这样子
对啊，然后买到一大堆哦，哇，这个用了2个月哦，觉得不好又不要了，又去买过新的 ，you know, so it's like a waste of money actually and waste of time to always go and look for a new product. Yeah. This was what happened to me before RubyCell.
我其实也是跟美艳离的是一样的。那么我相信在座很多的女性应该都跟我们一样吧 ？OK， 好了，所以其实我们了解一下其实我们皮肤需要的成分其实它是非常之简单的，它其实只需要水、蛋白质、脂肪酸跟无机盐，就是这几样罢了。
So, what were you saying? The importance of
what our skin needs is water, protein.
Okay, yeah. So, what we actually need, okay, what our skin need. Our skin is very simple, okay. Our skin actually just need a lot of water, okay, protein, right? And then 那个怎么字啊？fats, okay, yeah. So 3 things, is it? We need only 3 things.
无机盐我不会翻译，不好意思。
Yeah, it's okay.
OK， 你们看一下 slide， 我们继续。
Okay. Yeah.
OK。
对啦。Okay. Yeah.
OK， 来，我们看一下这张图，表皮层。那么呢，表皮层是什么？其实表皮层就是我们皮肤这一个最表面的这一个皮肤，就是它是皮肤的最外层。其实它是有很多肢体组织的千万个的细胞在这边。
Yeah. So by looking at this diagram, okay, you can see this is the skin structure, how it has actually how so many layers, all right. The dermis layer, the epidermis layer. So how does this RubyCell works on our skin? Yeah.
Okay. 然后在这里的这个表皮层里面呢，我再跟你们讲解一下，其实它是有分为5层的。好。
Yeah. So there's 5 layers, okay, on our skin.
So 有一层我是不会去动到它的，这个就叫做透明层，是因为它只会在我们的手掌跟脚掌才会有的。
Okay, now there's one layer, okay, yeah, number 4, okay, it's called the transparent layer, right? So just like our hand, all right, it is only on the surface, okay, the bottom and the top layer. So this is the transparent layer, yeah.
Okay. 那么现在我们就来看一下这个图，我们一起，因为很多人都懂不懂皮肤的结构嘛，我们一起去了解一下到底皮肤是怎样组织而成的。首先我们从下面开始看 ，OK？ 第一，我们现在来了解一下什么是基底层。
Yeah, so we will, Jamie will explain, okay, how does what does our skin looks like, okay, from the bottom to upper level, yeah?
Yeah, OK， 基底层呢，其实这一个层面呢，它是相当重要的。这一层呢，就是我们细胞更生的一个时间，就是在这里。据我们所知，细胞更生呢，就是为期是大概28天。
So the most important layer actually is the bottom layer, where that's where the cells regrow and regenerate from the very bottom layer, which is actually takes about 28 days. Correct, not Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
但是呢，但是呢，可能有一些油性的皮肤，它的更生的这个细胞更生的时间会可能是在大概是7到14天。那么干性的呢，它可能会在30到40天。
Okay, now if you have oily skin, then it might take only 7 to 14 days. But if your skin is very dry, wow, then it will take longer time. All right, it can go beyond 30 days. Yeah.
所以呢，在这个基底层里面呢，我们刚才都有讲了，它是一直不断的去分裂细胞啊，产生新的细胞嘛。所以在这个基底层里面，它 其实需要是一个很高的营养、高营养、高保湿，颗粒分子非常细小的，才可以到达我们的基底层，然后提供这一个营养的。
Yeah. So in order for our skin, okay, to work, okay, like us, we need to work. So how does our skin work? We need these cells, okay, to produce and work it out to grow and generate. So how do they work in our skin inside, which we actually cannot see at all?
OK， 然后再来呢，往上一层呢，我们就有这个叫有机层。这个有机层呢，其实它就是有这个大量的蛋白质在里面。为什么呢？它的工作就是吸收跟反射紫外线。但是如果这一层哦遭受到破坏啊，我们的脸部呢就会产生暗黄跟有雀斑的形成。
Yeah, so we have this fatty layer, all right, okay, the third layer. So this layer is very, very important, okay, because if, okay, is not, if everything is not working properly in this particular layer, all right, our skin will start to show dissatisfaction.
Sorry, 美燕 ，Sorry, just now I'm talking about 有机层。Sorry， 我要更改一下，看看有机层哦，我看到颗粒层，不好意思啊。有机层其实它是第二个 layer 啊 ，OK， 它其实是在储存我们的这个营养的物质 ，OK， 储存我们的细胞的一个地方，所以呢，它其实也是决定我们皮肤免疫力的一个地方。From bottom, the second one 有机层。
Yeah, okay. So it means that that's where we actually need to because I was saying that if let's say this layer is not well protected or working well, so then it will show dissatisfaction, which where our skin will start to show pigmentation. Correct or not?
No.
Am I right?
Sorry 啊，我再讲解啊。那我们是讲有机层的 second one， 它就是呢储存 storage 那个营养的。跟储存那些细胞的一些的地方。
Okay, so it's where the storage. Yeah. Okay.
The nutrient 的细胞，然后它也决定我们皮肤免疫力的地方。然后它也是我们表皮层中最后的一层。
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
所以当我们从基底层去到有机层的时候呢，这一个细胞的更新的过程是14天。
Yeah. So altogether, the process will take 44 days.
不是 14 days from
14 days.
基底层去有机层，你看这个看哦，它更新。
So yeah. So can you see? Yep. Right. So it will take 14 days. All right. Yeah. From the bottom to the middle layer. Yes. Correct. Yeah. So. Yeah, there are 5 layers here, all right? So it needs time, okay? It takes time. That's why if you have problem on your skin, all right, you don't immediately think that the moment you apply something on your face, immediately you become like magic. Because you need time, okay, to solve, okay? So don't expect when you immediately you put everything on your face, immediately you can see result, okay? But there are still exceptional case with Ruby cell. It can really do wonders. Sometimes even before. I mean, for Ruby cell, it's like immediately we can see the result. Yeah.
Okay. 然后我们来看一看这个颗粒层，就是刚才我看错了，搞错了 ，sorry， 不好意思。在我们讲解颗粒层，颗粒层呢，它其实就是有大量的蛋白质。这一层这个皮肤的 level 的这一层呢，它是专门吸收跟反射回那一些紫外线的，这一层的细胞啊。
Yeah. Okay. So meaning to say that this is serve as the protection of the UV light, right? Is it?
对。
Yeah. Okay. The sunlight, the UV light. Yeah. So the absorption is where all this layer all about. Yeah.
如果这一层的细胞遭受到破坏呢，我们的脸部呢就会产生暗黄或者是斑的形成，就是这样的原因咯。
Right. So if this layer is not taken care properly, right? So your skin will start to cry. what I mean is cry means it's like show dissatisfaction. No, that's why our pigmentation is out, and then there will be discoloration on your skin as well. This is where, okay, alarm, you need to, you know, look at it that, oh, something is wrong. You need to do something about it. Yeah.
OK， 透明层刚才我们讲解了，再来就是这个角质层。角质层呢，就是表皮最外面的一层，就是在我们的表层的，我们叫角质层。
Yeah. So
Okay.
we are talking about the outer layer skin now, right? So yeah.
所以它这个角质层呢，它就是起到了一个保护我们皮肤的作用，它是防止你的水分的流失啊，或者啊。
Yeah, so the outer layer skin, okay, is very important because it will determine, okay, how your skin shows, like this is where the protection is. Okay, the surface is always a protection, correct or not? So you must take care of the outer layer, right? If you don't take care of the outer layer, then how is it going to absorb well into the inner skin, inner layer skin? So it's very important. Yeah.
Sorry. 所以我们皮肤的角质层哦，厚跟薄哦，它其实也决定了我们一个人的皮肤的吸收的能力跟我们的肤色。
Yeah, so the thickness of your skin, okay, also shows that, okay, it's very important, right? How you have protect your skin, yeah.
如果厚呢，我们的角质层很厚的话呢？其实呢，就是它其实会阻碍我们产品的，然后你就会看到你脸部哦就没有了那一种的光泽度，然后是很粗糙的。如果你的角质层是厚的，所以你们可以自己去检查一下。
Yeah, so if your outer layer skin is thick, all right, how do you know it's thick? Okay, you will actually what do you mention just now?
它是没有 no glowing， 它是比较暗淡的。
no, okay, there will be no glow on your face. All right, so it's very easy to determine, okay? And you know, you look dull, okay? Dull is the word, yeah. You will look dull and there's no glowing effect on your skin.
可是很多人呢，他会觉得，哎，我的皮肤很暗淡啊，没有光泽啊，然后他们就会有一个的思维，就是想到我要去角质。但是如果你过度的不断的去角质，或者是你用到不对的去角质的产品呢，它又会造成我们的角质层过薄了。
Okay. So now, when you are told that, right, you don't have this glowing on your skin, okay, discoloration on your skin, then you might think that you want to do something about it. So what you do, okay? There are products, okay, outside in the market that have this peeling effect. So the peeling effect actually shows result that by doing the peeling, all right, your skin will immediately go smooth, glow, okay? But do you know what is the problem?
对，那么就会造成你皮肤过薄呢，然后你就没有了那个抵抗外界的功能，然后我们皮肤就会变成了过敏，然后就会长斑，然后就会很干哦。
Yeah, so the peeling process, okay, will give you more problems. So what is the problem? All right, your skin will become thinner and thinner and thinner, right? And then what happened is you will see that, okay, the pigmentations and the flaws all will be out after the peeling. All right, you may look glow, you may look, you know, beautiful, but it's not going to be sustainable, okay? Because you will lose out the elasticity and the strength of your skin. Yeah.
Okay, next slide, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll come to
就来
this.
到了我们的这个皮肤的真皮层啦。
Yeah.
所以刚才你们看一下，我们在上面，刚才我们讲解的就是在上面的那一层表皮层 epidermis layer。现在我们大概给你们讲解一下真皮层。
Yeah. So now, if you look at this structure, okay, just now we talked about the epidermis layer. So now we talk about the dermis layer, the fatty layer. So as you can see from the diagram, all right, the collagen level is where the the building of all the cells is, okay, building blocks of our skin, all right? Then the fibroblasts, okay, that's where the cells produce collagen and elastin, all right? And the elastin is where the cement that holds collagen together. This is the skin structure, yeah, the appropriate skin structure.
OK， so 这个真皮层呢，其实就是我们皮肤最为重要的一层。就是说，今天你要去抵抗你的衰老，抵抗外界的一些的破坏，其实关键就是在于你的这一个真皮层。这个真皮层呢，它最重要的是什么呢？我们可以从这个图里面看到，最重要的它就是有我们的纤维的母细胞、组织细胞，然后还有这一个胶原蛋白跟弹性蛋白的。所以呢，如果一个护肤品啊，它想进入到这一个真皮层哦，其实是一个非常非常可以说是我用这个来比喻啦，比喻成好像上青天这样啊，是很高难度的。如果是一个普通的就是一些一般的护肤品想要到达这一个真皮层的话
，Yeah. Right. So for a normal product, okay, you buy something in the market and over the counter, all right, to actually achieve the ingredients, the whatever cream that you are applying to go up to the dermis layer is actually very difficult. Yeah, almost like it's impossible. Yeah, right. So now as we age, okay, our fibroblast cells decrease. So the ability of existing fibroblast cells to produce collagen and elastin decrease. Then that's where our skin sag, right?
对了，就是刚才我们也一直不断的强调，当我们的年龄越来越增长的时候，我们的细胞就衰弱了，就老化了。所以我们可以看到，我们皮肤的状态就呈现了在这一个下垂的状态。OK， 是因为我们的这一个成纤维细胞啊，这个弹力细胞啊，它不能供给营养给我们的皮肤，它没有因为它自身本身没有得到很好的营养嘛 ，of course 它不能去做工咯，它不能更新、更生、去做工，去修复我们这个衰老下垂的皮肤。
So how Ruby cell works? Okay, Ruby cell enters the micropores on your skin, as you can see, yeah. Okay, the nanoliposome go deep inside and survive the journey past the epidermis layer, and then the liposome layer dissolve and the nutrients are actually absorbed by the skin.
OK， 这里呢，我们是想讲解为什么我们的这一个Ruby Cell 的这个产品干细胞培养液，它可以起到这个功能呢，就是因为第一，刚才我们跟你讲了，它是有那个纳米的这一个分子的科技，所以它通过我们的喷枪呢，喷射直接到达到我们的皮肤的每一层，它是经过每一层，它都会释放每一层所需要的营养，再来就会到了我们的真皮层，再释放真皮层所需要的营养，所以就是它就可以提供到这一个纤维细胞啊，我们的弹力细胞啊所需要的营养，那么我们的细胞得到了他们所需要的营养，他们就可以不断的分裂、复制、再生，然后去工作。
Yeah. Now, the growth factors in Ruby cell will help to regenerate the fibroblast cells. That's what we need, right, in our skin. And the production of collagen and elastin increase, and our skin become younger.
对，所以呢，因为我们的这一个干细胞培养液里面呢，有130种的皮肤需要的增长因子，就是刚才我们在前面已经解释了给你们每一层它所需要的水分啊、营养啊等等等等，都被我们的这一个干细胞培养液里面所有的营养都释放了在每一个层面，所以它就可以起到了这一个修复的作用。然后呢，我想讲的就是我们的科技就是通过我们这个 Ruby Cell 这个干细胞医疗化和科技化，因为所有的东西都是需要科技，这些都是一些科技化的整合，医疗跟科技的整合， 所以才能让我们的皮肤重回年轻的时光。所以就是这么的简单。
Yeah. When we talk about younger looking skin, it's like really like reverse 5 to 10 years. Yeah. Agree,
对
Jamie?
呀，是的，所以呢，它就可以让你回到年轻。然后在这里呢，其实我个人也很想做一个小小的总结的，就是就是我自己的，因为我曾经也用过一些属于品质比较高贵的产品，但是贵的护肤品哦，如果不吸收啦，其实你是等于是在白用的，对我来讲就是一个浪费。
Yeah. For me, it's worse. Not only cannot get result, but you know, wow, a lot of things happen. Yeah, it's not that sometimes it's, you know, high end products that will give you the best result. It's not like that. Sometimes it's really like how your skin can take the absorption and how it works on your skin. Yeah.
对，因为它不吸收，所以真的是白用。
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
所以呢
the absorption is very important.
所以今天呢，我们在这里想跟你们分享的就是一个很简单的一个技巧，就是今天我们每一个人提高了我们护肤的效率，我们其实就等于在省钱。
Yeah, exactly. Correct.
Okay.
So now, wow, actually, Jamie, I want to share this. Yeah, you see, by looking at this diagram, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would like to share something personally also. So before I use RubyCell, right, my temperature, my whole body temperature is always like warm, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe because of the work I do, I always go to site and stuff like that. So
Same with me lah.
we are the same actually. Yeah, that's
yeah.
So then when I'm at home, right, my mom will always say, "You, why you so hot? 怎么你这样？他讲广东话，怎么你成日咁興嘅？ So it's like I feel like I'm having fever or you know like stuff like that. Then when there's this pandemic, during the pandemic time, when we go out, right, they need to scan us, right? So my temperature is always at the higher end, you know, like red alert. So then after that, when I started to use RubyCell, right, my temperature comes down. Yeah, this is from my personal experience. Yeah. So I don't know about others, but if you really like spray well enough, okay, it actually bring down the body temperature a lot. Yeah.
所以我这里也是想讲解的，其实我们很多人可能不知道，其实当我们的皮肤的这一个温度有变动的时候它其实是在影响着我们的细胞，我们的细胞会遭受到破损伤害这些的情况的，可能我们不知道，因为细胞是在我们皮肤里面，我们根本看不到、摸不到、不知道。可是它是在破坏，就好像说，为什么我们会产生很多的自由基这一些都是因为关系到天气跟气温。温度都是在，所以当这一些东西在破坏的时候，刚才前面我一直跟你们 highlight 了，当细胞遭受到破坏，就是加速我们的老化了。这个是这是很关键的一个东西。Okay.
So RubyCell is special because it helps to decrease your body temperature. Yeah. So then that's where you look younger, because when your body temperature is high, right, then you will give the problem you will show on your skin. Yeah, which is very, very true, because I had really bad skin back then. Yeah.
对，因为我们的喷枪的这一个技术呢，因为它是有一个这个很像 cooling 的 effect 的，所以为什么刚才梅燕跟你们分享，它就会用了 RubyCell，它整个人会感觉到它的温度是降温的，是因为每当它做这个护肤的程序的时候呢，它其实不断的在为它的皮肤降温，跟为我们皮肤提供这个营养，降温跟提供营养，当然就可以产生了一个很大的变化咯，就会有一个很 amazing 的 result 咯。
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Now, yeah.
所以这里呢，刚才梅燕也是share为什么我们很鼓励我们的顾客朋友partner都是使用喷枪液，为什么我们的老板今天设计了这一个 喷枪的这一个技术，这个科技出来，它是有原因的。
Yeah. So why do we need to use the gun, this tree technology? Why? There's always a reason to it.
对，也为什么它不能是涂抹式，就是说像我们一般传统式的，我们就涂抹在我们的脸，我们就抹上去就可以了。就是因为当我们通过我们的喷枪这个压缩的这个气压喷射在我们的整张脸的时候，它是可以很均匀的覆盖到我们的整个面孔的。
Yeah.
所以
So
从图中
why
你们也可
is
以
it?
看到
Yeah. So why is it not advisable to use your hand? Okay. Why do we need technology? Because with this technology, okay, when you spray on your face, it goes all on your surface on the skin, right? It will spray, evenly. So if you use your hand, okay, it doesn't give the same effect. So using the technology is very important.
对，所以呢，这个就是涂抹式跟喷射式的一些的护肤品的分别。
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the difference, okay, between using, our Rubicel and using other product which is applying using hand.
Okay, so now 我们像你们在线上，我看你们都应该是很好奇的，听过我们讲解了这么多我们的科技，那么你们会不会很好奇的想要更深入的了解到底这一个科技啊是可以怎样在我们的脸上产生任何的变化呢？
Yeah.
有吗？美妍，
So
看一下你们线上的朋友有没有想要了解，想要去看一下我们
So are
怎
you
样可以
interested?
用我们的产品
Okay.
在我们脸
Yeah.
上产生
How
一个
we
变化
can, use this tree technology on our face? Interested
Okay.
to know how?
好了，说这样子呢，今天呢，我跟美妍离的呢，所以我们就决定了让你们在线上的朋友有一个很好的视觉上的体验。所以呢，我们决定了在线上做一个就是呈现给你们看，我们就会当场的喷我们的半张脸，让你们在线上的朋友去体验一下、感受一下这个我们的产品可以为我们的皮肤产生什么奥妙的变化。
Yeah, right. So we are here, okay, to show you the difference between a spray, okay, half our face will be sprayed and the other half will not be sprayed, and see the difference, all right? Even though we have been using it for quite some time now, but every time that we spray, there will be a difference. Now, Jamie, let's look at our photo before Rubicel.
OK， 那线上呢，梅艳要 share 给你们看，她说了，你们听了这么多，这样你们是不是有好奇想要看一看我们还没有用 Rubicel 产品之前的样貌跟现在的样子呢？你们有想要看一看我们的 before after 照片吗？
Yeah, one or the one to see.
你们要你们给我们打上来，如果不要我们就不要分享了哦。毕竟那个是以前相片，我也是没有什么想要分享啊，讲真的。
Yeah, I mean, you know that we were so
每一个人都是
wow.
想呈现最好最美的那一个状态嘛，
Yeah,
对不对？
exactly.
过去了的当然不美的就不想去看它了咯。
Okay, let's show.
Okay.
Ta-da! Okay, yeah, this is me. All right, now you can see, yeah, okay, the left side photo, that's me before using Rubicel, which was last year, last year June, okay, the day before I used Rubicel. And the right side photo is actually 6 months later after I used Rubicel. Yeah, so it's 6 months, okay, after I used Rubicel. So you can see the result. Okay, I had a very, very bad skin, okay, because of my because of the exposure of my work. Okay, I go under the sun a lot. Okay, and then I didn't really take care of my skin properly because I lose my hope using skincare. I tried a lot, and every time it's like buy. Then apply, but it doesn't give me the result that I want. Okay, so I'm really, really grateful that I found Rubicel. Yeah. Okay, then we move on
I'm
to
so very grateful for Rubicel.
Jamie. Yeah.
OK， 这个就是我。OK， 想跟你们分享呢，我呢也是跟梅艳离的一样的，我也是会去投资在我的外形上的，我的皮肤上面的。 那么呢，因为我工作的性质，我每天在太阳底下，因为我也是在 construction line，我每天要在太阳底下，大概是每一天大概是6个小时，5到6个小时是 under the sun 的，因为我要去看工嘛。所以你可以看我的左手边那一张图哦，我的皮肤哦，刚才我讲了，如果你们的第几层的layer 遭受破坏，你们的皮肤都一定是呈现暗黄色的。你有没有看到我的皮肤是呈现暗黄色的？虽然那个时候我也是用着很多品牌的护肤品，然后我的细胞啊，我的眼纹，你看到吗？我的眼睛眼纹，我笑起来的时候，我的眼纹是很深的，是很多条的，因为水分不够。因为水分，我也有喷水分，我也有带着一些我们很黑的嘛，带着那个 mist 啊，很热的时候我们就会这样子喷洒，但是这样子喷洒并不代表我们的皮肤可以吸收，因为那个水分子太大了，它没有很好的被我的皮肤吸收，它不能真正到达我皮肤的底层，所以它其实conclusion 就是它并没有解决到我皮肤的问题。然后呢，右手边的那一张图呢，就是我用 RubyCell 大概有2年多的时间，所以你可以看到我还是有去 construction before MCO， 我还是一样有去 construction site 的。然后前几天我还是刚刚开始上班，我还是有去的。所以你可以看到为什么我的脸型可以呈现这么滋润红润，是因为结果告诉了你们，就是说因为产品 RubyCell 的魅力。它是能真正到达我的皮肤，所以它可以滋润我皮肤的每一层，所以这我就可以拿到我要的 result。所以在线上的朋友，你们会喜欢左边的我还是右边的我？你们可以跟我讲一下。
Of course, the right side one. Of course, the upper one. Oh my God, look at us. Oh my God, look at us.
对呀，所以
Oh
我
my
都
God,
一
you
直
see.
所以我都一直在强调了嘛，提高护肤的效率，其实就是在等于省钱。所以今天你问我根本没验，其实我们可以跟你讲的就是，其实我们都是在省钱的。我们现在的动作，我们都是不断的在省钱，为我们的护肤程序在省钱。这个我们每次也会很喜欢讲的嘛，结果不会陪你演戏嘛，结果会告诉你，这个就是我们的结果。
Yeah, result. So important. Yeah, it's not like we go and edit the photo and make ourselves so beautiful. Even on the screen now, you can see such a big difference from the old photo already. Yeah, it's actually a result. Yeah. Okay. So now I think we should spray.
Let's start. 好了，那么我们现在开始。那么我美艳会用我们的 Home Care Air Gun， 因为我们公司有2种的喷枪，美艳会用美艳选择用 Home Care Air Gun， 那么我就会用我们的 Handy Airbrush 来做一个 demo， 让你们线上的朋友有一个更好的、更密切的体验。那么你们有特别要我们喷左边还是喷右边，还是就由我们自己去选择呢？我要做厚一点。
Okay, I got a heads up that we only got 8 minutes, so we have to do it fast.
那么没有得给你们选了，就由我们自己喷吧。OK。所以呢，这个 Handy 一样，我们都是自动模式。当充电了过后 ，Handy 的一个好处呢，就是任何时候我们都可以携带放在包包。像我是一个工作性的女性，我每天是要在户外的，所以我们刚才也强调了，温度会增加我们衰老的速度。所以当你无时无刻拿着你的 Handy Airbrush 的时候，我都是不断的在为我的皮肤降温。OK， 降温。所以一开始的时候呢，我们呢都是会先注重在喷射我们的淋巴，我们先排毒，做一个排毒。Okay.
Yeah, so it's very important, okay, that now when you use skincare, okay, we talk about flexibility. So now at work, you can also spray, okay, like Jamie using the portable gun, okay, she can, spray anytime, anywhere she wants. For us, while we are at work, we can also spray. Okay, I just put my mist, so I'll spray from the ear behind here. Okay, first of all, you need to spray to detox, right? I will normally spray downwards, okay, to do a proper detoxification first.
其实就是很简单的，比如说我是这里想分享的一下的，就是比如说在线上的一些置业的女性，比如是我是一个置业的女性，有时早上的时候我会是很匆忙，我的时间是很匆忙的。那么当你们时间很匆忙的时候呢，你们呢，因为我们这是讲了科技化的 ，OK， 科技化的产品，你们把安瓶倒进去，我们的产品倒进去的时候，你就可以快速的 ，OK。快速的，你要往上，因为我们脸都是要提拉的嘛，你可以喷向上的方式，或者是你今天要打圈圈的方式都没有问题 ，OK， 就是这么的简单。但是比如说晚上回到家了，我今天想做一点特别的护肤的保养，因为我可能要做一点的 shaping， 我要我的轮廓 V shape 特别的深啊，特别的明显，或者我要我的鼻子特别的立体，眼睛特别的大力。那么呢，你就可以在晚间的时候花大概一个5到10分钟的时间，慢慢的去为你的皮肤做一个更好深层的滋润跟保养 ，OK？
Yeah.
好吗？
Yeah. So I just put my ampoule, right? So I'll spray again. Okay. So it's important to actually spray with mist first, okay, for hydration purpose. Yeah, especially for Malaysia weather. Okay.
其实你看我哦，我是很快速的，我是很快速就会完的，因为我的人比较急性啊，每次有点赶时间，所以你看我喷了我的脸哦，就是蛮快的。当然这是depends on 你个人的生活方式，没有错跟没有对。跟今天如果你们拿到了你们的产品哦，我们的公司都是不断提供很多的这个护肤的知识啊。产品的知识啊，然后如何去拿到更好的 result， 我们的公司都经常都会有这一些的培训，就好像今天梅燕跟我都是在 construction 在这些 industry 的，为什么我们今天可以在这里跟你们讲解皮肤的结构啊，产品的知识，都是因为公司培训我们的，培育我们的，所以我们今天才能在线上在桌上为大家呈现。
Look at my eyebrow. Yeah.
OK，
So,
你们可以
okay.
看我的苹果
Yeah, you can see, all right? Yeah, our apple cheek, okay, our eyebrow. So, okay, actually, Jamie, I want to also highlight that besides this gun, right? Okay, there's one product that I really like from Rubicel. You know?
Yeah, which one you like, Rubicel?
I
Yeah,
like
you
the
like more?
Atora soap.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
this
Pretty
actually,
amazing, huh?
this is actually the cheapest in Rubicel. All right, it's only about what, 60 ringgit, right? 60 ringgit, right? If I'm not mistaken. Member price.
75 for retail.
Oh, yeah, 60 for member. All right. So if you are a
如果是
member, you are just
就有
So
member
if-
的价钱哦。
Yeah, so if you are a member, it's only 60. So make sure you join as a member lah, because we are all members, so we get really good deals, right? So what is so special about this soap, right? Now, I actually didn't start Rubicel with this set. Okay, to be very, very honest, everybody who knows me, they know already, because I have said this many times. Okay, I started with the soap, all right, with the mist, okay, with the cream, and it really give me immediately, okay, like a few days later, all right, I see the result even without the gun. So this is pretty amazing. Okay, yeah, so why is it so amazing? You can do bubble mask, all right, deep cleansing, everything you can do just by using the soap. So this is one of the products that I really love.
Yeah, go and get mine.
Yep. Okay, if you do not know, all right, this soap really do wonders. But those who actually attended all our trainings, all right, you can do so much with this soap. Yeah.
Okay. Besides soap, what you need? What's your favorite product also?
Huh? So, I mean, soap is my favorite product. Yeah. Beside the gun. Yeah.
Okay.
Cause it was very memorable for me. I didn't start with a set, you know. I started with a soap.
Oh.
Yeah.
那么我呢个人呢就特别喜欢的呢就是我们的这一个防晒。当然现在我show你们的是我们最新的防晒，之前呢我们也是有防晒，只是说我们之前我也是一路来就用这防晒。为什么我很注重防晒？因为 在我的认知里面哦，虽然从我会护肤的时候开始，我就知道防晒是很重要的。如果你没有做好，即使你给了你皮肤很好的营养，但是最后一层的 protection layer 你没有做好，就是防晒我没有去涂抹的话，那么我出到去外面，因为我的工作性质是在外面，我所有的叫什么啊工作啊，我所有的功力啊都前功尽废啊，你明白吗？而且当你的皮肤没有保护好的话，一样咯，细胞一遭破坏的是紫外线的破坏，我们的老化速度就很快。就好像你看回我左手边刚才的照片，我那时候我也是很注重擦防晒的，但是我还是没有办法抵达那一些对我皮肤产生的一些变化，是因为可能是产品的科技还没有到那一边。再来呢，我们这个最新的这一个 sun cream 呢，它很特别的地方就是因为它有了这一个防蓝光的功效。所以我们的公司无时无刻都是在为我们的伙伴都是在想着给我们最大的价值的。所以他知道近期这个疫情的来临我们大多数人的时间都是会在线上对手机 work from home， 所以我们对什么比较多？我们就对蓝光比较多咯。所以你今天你问我是对太阳比较多吗？没有，我对电脑比较多，所以我对蓝光比较多了。我们公司非常之贴心，所以他就想到了设计了一款防晒再加防蓝光，它一样也是 SPF 50。所以你们会算你们的那一个，好像我们每次去买防晒霜，我们就会说 SPF 20、30，到底要20还是到底要30？你们其实懂不懂怎样去区别它的那一个数目字的呢？你们线上的朋友会吗？懂吗？如果你们懂，我就不用分享了；如果你们不懂，可能我就这里再跟你们讲解一下咯。OK， 好吗？其实呢，我们的公司有这个，我直接讲了，因为时间上的关系，我们 SPF 50呢，就是代表
pass to Avine already。
E 呢就代表15分钟，它可以防那个sun的 protection 是15分钟，所以我们的50呢，就是它可以防止12.5个小时的阳光的破坏。OK， 这个是我最喜欢的地方，跟它还有一个 cooling 的 effect。OK， 好了，我看我们的分享应该就到这里了，我们要把时间交给下一场了。
That's all for our sharing for today. We need to pass our so-called stage to Avine and Sharon.
所以在线上的朋友，我们有机会我们下期再见，谢谢你们，谢谢你们的留守。
Wow, thank you so much, Jamie and Mayan. Thank you so much.
谢谢 Jamie 还有 Mayan， 谢谢你们非常精彩的分享，而且那一个我们讲的就是当场，你有没有看到当场那一个只是几分钟的那一个碰，就是已经看到他们脸的分别。
Just a few minutes of spray, you can see the face difference. And you know, Jamie explained about the cooling cushion, and I'll be sitting here in front of the screen from 9 to 5. So let me touch up my skin. Make sure the UV light don't come to my skin, and my skin is perfect. Okay.
所以怎么讲？爱美不是女人的权利。然后现在我们也看到很多Mayan和 Jamie 的 before after， 其实不只是他们两个，其实如果你是有没有 offline 的话，你可以看到很多 Ruby Share 的伙伴的话，你们直接跟他们讲，可以show一show你的 before after 吗？你们也可以看到他们的很大的分别。
Definitely. Right now, you only see Mayan and Jamie before after, but if one day everything open up and you meet us all, we all can show you our before and after, and you can see the big changes just by using RubyCell. Okay, without further ado, let's welcome. Today we have our special guest all the way from Korea, which one of our scientists, doctor, who made this product, and she's going to share with us what is stem cell and how does RubyCell works more. Are they on here?
然后我们现在到我们的一个环节，就是我们非常荣幸邀请了我们韩国的老师的皮肤的 结构和怎么样 Lucille 可以帮助我们的皮肤。现在我们把棒子交给 Johan 还有我们韩国的伙伴，然后我们一定要静心专心去学习，到底现在韩国流行什么，他们现在在做什么 ，Lucille 这个部分怎么帮助我们变得更年轻、更美丽？
Yes, definitely. But let me check. Are they here? Hi, Joe. 안녕하세요.
Yeah, they are here.
안녕하세요.
Steph.
Okay, amazing. Okay, Megan, can you spotlight Afrozone and Joe? Thank you so
Steph.
much. And-
大
Oh,
家
Afro
可以打一个888，欢迎我们的韩国伙伴和 Johan 吗？谢谢你们。
Yeah, so we pass it to them. Joe, you're on. You're on
Okay.
screen now.
자, 시작하셔도 됩니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저한테 호스트 권한을 주셔야 강의한 공유가 가능할
오케이.
것 같습니다. 네.
지금 아직 안 되나요?
네, 아직 저한테 안 주셨어요. 아프로존이라고 되어 있는 거에 호스트 권한을 주시면 돼요.
Megan, can you see whether you can allow them to share files?
Yes. Can?
Can you make them into a host?
All right.
Just Afrozone.
Done?
Yeah.
네.
Okay.
네, 오케이.
Thank you.
있습니다. 네, 안녕하세요. 아프로존 말레이시아 여러분 반갑습니다. 안녕하세요.
Hello, Afrozone, everyone. Hi, Afrozone Malaysia.
네, 저희 줌 스튜디오가 새롭게 단장을 했습니다. 짠! 어떠세요? 뒤에 이뻐 보이죠?
We have a new background here in Korea. Look at our background. See, it's quite nice, right?
네, 자, 우리 백월과 잘 어울리도록 저도 오늘 흰색 옷을 착용했습니다.
Just to make sure that I blend in with the background, I also wore something brighter today.
네, 자, 이미 한참 전부터 줌으로 라이브를 하고 계시더라고요.
I can see that you guys have been here for quite some time already this morning.
네, 아프로존과 줄기세포 배양의 여러 이야기를 저도 함께 듣고 있었습니다.
I was also listening to everyone about the stories you were sharing about stem cell and ruby cell.
네, 자, 벌써 참가 인원수가 점점점 많이 늘고 있어요.
I can see that the number of participants are continuing to increase.
네, 점점 함께하는 끈끈한 아프로존 말레이시아 저와 함께 잘 만들어 가도록 합시다.
So let's make sure that we are able to create a great Afrozone Malaysia together.
네, 자, 오늘은 아프로존의 특별한 이야기 한번 진행을 해보려고 해요.
So today we're going to talk about Afrozone's special story.
네, 자, 화면 공유를 해보겠습니다.
Okay, I will share my screen now.
네, 잘 보이십니까?
Can you see my screen?
네, 잘 보이시죠?
Yep,
자,
you can see, right?
네, 오늘은 아프로존의 특별한 이야기 그 첫 번째 함께 하도록 하겠습니다.
So first we're going to talk about the uniqueness of Afrozone.
네, 저희 아프로존에서 출시되고 있는 루비셀 아토라 브랜드에는 스템셀 배양액이 들어가고 있죠.
And so in our ruby cell, we have the stem cell protein extract inside.
네, 아프로존만의 특별한 특허 성분 APL 프로라는 이름 모두 기억하실 거예요.
You will remember that we use this thing called APL Pro, a patented ingredient for Afrozone.
네, 자, 우리 아프로존의 제품을 사용하면 무조건 피부가 좋아지는 것을 다 느끼실 건데요.
So when you use ruby cell, all of you will experience your skin becoming very improved a lot.
네, 자, 궁금하지 않으십니까?
Aren't you guys interested? how that happens?
왜 화장품을 그냥 뿌렸을 뿐인데 피부가 이렇게 놀랍도록 개선되고 좋아지는 걸까요?
We just changed our skincare, but how come it's able to transform our skin?
네. 자, 아까 우리 만나기 전에 앞으로 좀 말레이시아가 차이나 이렇게 언어를 막 섞어가면서 하시는 거를 제가 봤어요.
Just now I saw the presentation, how it was done in English and in Chinese.
네. 자, 그때 어떤 분들의 사진 전후 비교, 우리 제품을 쓰기 전과 쓰고 난 후의 사진을 제가 몰래 훔쳐봤거든요.
And I secretly saw the before after photos of the two presenters.
네. 자, 누가 화장품을 바꿨을 뿐인데 이렇게 달라진 걸 믿겠습니까?
Who would believe that these two difference is just a change in skincare only?
네. 그냥 피부가 좋아진 게 아니라 너무 아름다워지셨어요.
It's not the skin that became good. They became overall more beautiful.
네, 어디 성형외과 가서 수술을 하신 건 아니시죠?
I'm sure you all didn't go and do plastic surgery, right?
네. 자, 지금부터 아프로존의 특별한 그 힘 함께 이야기해 보도록 하겠습니다.
Today we are going to talk about the strengths of Afrozone.
네, 모두 준비되셨습니까?
Are all of you ready?
네, 준비되셨으면 우리 오케이 사인과 함께 오늘 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다.
So if you are ready, then can you type OK or give me an OK sign?
네, 좋습니다. 자, 우리 짧은 영상 하나 보고 시작하도록 할게요.
We're going to start by watching a short video.
네, 오늘 아프로존 말레이시아를 위해서 특별히 준비한 영상입니다.
It is a video we prepared for Afrozone Malaysia.
오늘의 주인공 바로 여러분들의 이야기입니다. 자, 시기를 한번 과거로 가볼게요. 새로운 이 시각을 가지고 다양한 도전을 하길 좋아하는 미대 오빠가 있었습니다. 네, 미대 오빠예요. 자, 여러분들 이 얼굴에 미소가 띄어지는 마술이네요. 그의 시각은요, 이 미술에만 있는 것이 아니라 다양한 사업과 이 도전에 이 눈이 뜨여 있었죠. 그래서 IMF 시절에 단돈 8만 원만 가지고 와서 다양한 이 도전을 합니다. 정말 수많은 도전이 있었죠. 그 결과는 어땠을까요? 약간의 성과는 있었지만 아쉽게도 결국은 이 실패로 끝이 났습니다. 그러던 중 병원에서요, 이 줄기세포 배양액, 이것을 주사기로 피부에 침투시키는 걸 보게 됩니다. 그래서 화장품 성분과 이 두 개를 결합해서 세상에 없던 이 토탈 솔루션 시스템을 만들게 되죠. 그것이 뭐냐고요? 마치 마술 같은 건데요. 이 세상에 없는 것을 만드는 것은 정말 쉬운 일이 아닙니다. 이 연결될 수 없을 것 같은 이 두 가지를 연결해서 새로운 도전을 하는 것이죠. 짜자잔. 그리고 그 미대 오빠의 경험으로 이 바르는 화장품이 아니라 여기서 또 다른 혁신, 뿌리는 에어브러쉬를 만들게 됩니다. 최신형인 건 알고 계시죠? 그렇게 우리는요, 2012년도 6월 1일 이 미의 여신 아프로디테, 그리고 영역을 뜻하는 이 조은을 합쳐서 아프로존이 탄생하게 됩니다. 이 전설의 이 시작인 거죠. 자, 그렇게 우리는 전 세계로 또 뻗어나가고 있습니다. 전 세계를 놀라게 하고 있죠. 자, 세계를 놀라게 하는 우리의 도전과 혁신, 그것을 제가 한번 마술로 표현해 봤습니다. 짜잔. 과연 무엇으로 세상을 놀라게 했냐고요? 자, 지금부터 우리의 놀라운 발견 하나씩 보여드릴게요. 자, 시작은 마치 이렇게 하얀색 도화지 같았습니다. 아무것도 없는 이 도화지에 우리는 새로움을 찾았죠. 첫 번째 발견입니다. 첫 번째 발견은요, 바로 화장품과 이 줄기세포 배양액을 합치는 것이었죠. 그리고 두 번째 발견. 와우. 바르는 화장품이 아니라 뿌리는 에어브러쉬. 그리고 이 세 번째, 이 네 번째 발견은요, 사람 중심의 네트워크 마케팅. 그리고 끊임없는 이 개발이 필요하겠죠. R&D까지요. 우리의 끊임없는 이 발견으로 여러분들의 아름다움, 건강과 그리고 여러분들의 이 위대함까지 찾아드릴 겁니다. 여러분들 내 안에 있는 아름다운 발견, 그 마술 같은 경험을요, 우리와 함께 하시죠.
네, 카드 마술을 보셨습니다.
So we just saw a card magic.
네, 재밌게 보셨습니까?
Did you enjoy the video? It was a little choppy, but we were still able to see kind of.
네, 아프로존의 탄생 스토리를 마술로 한번 풀어봤습니다.
We were able to see the birth of Afrozone through magic.
네, 자 모두 다 재밌게 보셨죠?
I hope that all of you enjoyed the viewing.
저는 이미 수십 번을 봤는데도 볼 때마다 그 마술이 매직이 되게 신기하네요.
I've seen this video over 10 times, and you know, I still think that the magic is very cool.
네, 자 다시 우리 아프로존의 제품 이야기로 돌아와 보도록 하겠습니다.
And so let's talk about the products of Afrozone.
네, 자 제가 지금 크게 피부 자생력이라고 작성을 해놨는데요.
And so I wrote there skin regeneration ability.
네, 자 우리 제품은 단순히 피부결을 좋게 하거나 피부를 맑게 하는 그런 단순한 화장품은 아니라는 거죠.
So our skincare is not just a skincare which makes your skin clearer or more smooth. It's not just a normal skincare.
네, 자 아까 전후 비교 사진을 보신 것처럼 이상하게도 아프로존의 제품을 쓰면 사람이 굉장히 빛이 나고 달라집니다.
So just like how the before-after photo that we saw, when people use RubyCell, Afrozone RubyCell products, they have a shine at the end of the day.
네, 자 바로 그 비밀은요, 피부 스스로가 강하게 힘을 가질 수 있도록 만들어주는 그런 제품이 바로 우리 아프로존의 제품이기 때문에 그렇습니다.
And that's because our Afrozone skincare product strengthens the skin. That is
네.
exactly what it does.
네, 자 우리가 날씨를 바꿀 수는 없잖아요. 외부 환경을 바꿀 수는 없어요.
So we can't change our weather. We cannot change our external environment.
네, 하지만 우리는 피부 스스로가 강하게 버텨내고 견뎌내는 힘을 가지게 되기 때문에 피부의 자생력이 만들어지는 거죠.
But our skin has an ability to defend itself, and so it has this self-protection, self-regeneration ability.
네, 자 바꿔서 말하면은 피부가 가지고 있는 본연의 원래 힘이 매우 강하게 만들어진다라고 이해할 수 있습니다.
So what you can see, so basically we can say that what RubyCell does is regenerate the skin back to its original strength.
자 예를 들어 볼게요. 피부 자생력이 강한 어린이들 이야기입니다.
So let's have an example, which is kids where kids' skin regeneration ability is very high.
네. 자, 어린아이들은 피부 자생력이 워낙 강하기 때문에 넘어져도 상처가 나도 빠르게 회복이 되는 것을 알 수가 있어요.
And so you can see that because kids' skin regeneration ability is very high, even though they damage their skin, it regenerates very quickly.
상처도 빨리 회복되지만 심지어 피부에 흉터도 잘 안 생깁니다.
So they don't have a lot of they regenerate very fast, but also there's very little scarring.
네. 자, 피부 스스로가 잘 견뎌내고 버텨내주는 그런 강한 힘을 만들어주는 것이 바로 우리 아프로존의 제품인 거죠.
And the Afrozone products are basically products which help strengthen the abilities of your skin.
네, 자, 이런 훌륭한 제품을 쓰고 있는 우리들이 참 대견하지 않습니까?
So aren't you very proud that you're using a product that's not just a skincare?
네, 저는 공부하기 위해서 뭔가를 학습하기 위해서 모인 오늘 한 120명 가까이 아까 모이셨었거든요. 대단하다라고 생각을 합니다.
And so almost 120 of you are here to study, and I think it's amazing.
네, 자, 우리 APL 프로 이야기를 본격적으로 한번 해보도록 하겠습니다.
So let's talk. Now let's talk about the APL Pro.
네, 자, 화장품의 발전 변천사를 작성을 해봤어요.
And so we actually documented the progress of skincare technology.
네, 자, 한국에는 옛날에 우리 할머니들이 피부가 건조하거나 열을 받으면 오이를 잘라서 피부 위에 올려놨었어요.
So during my grandmother days, when they had dry skin or skin that was not strong, they cut cucumber and they put
네.
cucumber on their skin.
자, 아마 화장품의 1세대는 이런 일시적인 피부 표면의 수분감과 매끄러움감을 위한 그런 제품이 바로 1세대 화장품이었다라는 거죠.
And first generation skincare is like this. It was a temporary on the surface effect that they were looking for. And that was the kind of function it had.
네, 자, 화장품의 2세대에서는요, 피부 표면의 개선 플러스 피부를 보호하는 역할이 추가되었습니다.
So in the second generation skincare, on top of making the skin feel good, it also had a protective element.
네, 그러다 보니까 피부를 건강하게 보호하기 위해서 클렌저들도 바로 2세대에 생겨난 거죠.
And so in order to protect your skin, there was also second generation cleansers.
네, 자, 화장품의 3세대입니다.
Okay, then third generation.
네, 화장품의 3세대에서는 피부의 기능을 개선하는 기능성 화장품들이 탄생하게 됩니다.
So third generation skincare is where skincare starts to be more functional. Functional as in improving wrinkles and whitening.
네, 자, 바로 주름 개선, 이백 개선 이런 화장품 성분들이 많이 있죠.
So we have a lot of skincare which improves wrinkles and whitening, right?
네, 아직까지도 대부분의 화장품은 이 3세대 화장품의 수준을 유지하고 있습니다.
So the majority of skincare in the market now is in this third generation.
네, 자, 드디어 화장품의 4세대입니다.
Okay, then what's fourth generation?
아프로존의 제품이 대표적이라고 할 수 있겠죠.
Yeah, so Afrozone products are representative of this kind of skincare.
네, 화장품에 바로 바이오테크놀로지, 과학기술이 접목된 그런 4세대 화장품이 탄생했습니다.
So it is a skincare which combines cosmetics with biotechnology.
네, 바이오테크놀로지라고 하는 것은 생명 있는 생물체의 좋은 기능을 만들어내는 그런 기술이죠.
So biotechnology, it's basically a technology which makes the life force of biology come to life in the skincare.
네, 바이오테크놀로지 생명공학이 화장품과 접목이 되었기 때문에 피부의 근본이 개선되는 힘을 발휘할 수 있게 되었습니다.
So when biology combines with technology, you're able to create a product which regenerates or revitalizes the skin.
네, 제 전공이 바로 생물공학, 생명공학이거든요.
My major is also biology.
네, 많은 분들이 궁금해하세요.
A lot of people are very curious.
네, 생명공학 박사가 왜 화장품을 얘기하고 있냐고 많이 궁금해하시거든요.
Why is a biologist talking about skincare?
네, 자 화장품의 4세대 수준을 이해하신 여러분들은 왜 생명공학자가 화장품을 얘기하고 있는지 모두 다 이해하시겠죠?
For those of you who for those of you who are using here right now, you understand why a biologist is here talking about skincare, right?
네, 자 또한 아프로존이 왜 R&D 센터를 구축하고 연구 투자를 이렇게 많이 하는지도 이해하실 거라고 생각합니다.
And so I think you will also understand why Afrozone will invest so much money on research and development.
네, 자 결론. 화장품은 과학입니다.
So conclusion, skincare is science.
과학의 최고 결정품, 작품들을 우리 모두 사용하고 있는 것이죠.
And we are using the final product when it comes to skincare technology.
네, 자 이제 생물학 시간으로 한번 들어가 볼까요?
So let's start our biology class.
네, 자 사람의 몸을 쪼개고 나누면 가장 마지막에 세포가 남습니다.
So if you keep cutting the body and you keep cutting the cells and all that, you end up with cells. Okay,
네.
we are made up of cells.
네, 바꿔서 말하면 세포들이 모여서 큰 개체, 바디를 형성하게 된다라고 이해하시면 되겠네요.
So what you can understand is that the cells all get together and they stick together and they become what's called a body.
자, 이 바디에 대한 얘기는 식물과 곤충, 동물 모두 다 똑같은 이야기에 해당이 됩니다.
This story is the same whether you're a plant or an insect or an animal.
네, 자, 식물이든 동물이든 곤충이든 사람이든 작게 나누면 가장 작은 단위가 세포라는 거죠.
So whether it's you are an insect or a plant, if you keep cutting down the pieces, you will end up as a cell.
네, 자 우리 화장품의 연구는 이러한 여러 세포 중에서도 줄기세포에서 시작이 됩니다.
So when it comes to cells, there are various types of cells, but we all start from this cell called stem cell.
네, 자 줄기세포 이야기 잠깐 해볼게요.
So let's talk a bit about stem cells.
줄기세포라고 하는 것은요, 아직 종점, 정착점까지 가기 전의 세포를 얘기합니다.
Stem cells are cells which have not arrived at its final destination yet.
네, 아직 변신을 다 하지 않은 상태의 세포다라고 이해하시면 되겠네요.
You can understand that it's a cell that has not transformed yet.
네, 이제 줄기세포는 본인의 마지막 종착역에 가서 최종적으로 변신이라는 걸 하게 될 거예요.
And so stem cells eventually reaches its final destination through transformation.
네, 자 중요한 점은 줄기세포는 다른 여러 종류의 세포로 변신할 수 있는 변신 전 미분화 세포다라는 것을 기억하시면 되겠습니다.
So stem cells are basically cells which can transfer into different types of cells. It's called differentiation, and we basically call it undifferentiated cells.
네, 자 이제 줄기세포가 어떤 능력이 있는지 한번 살펴볼게요.
So let's look at what are the abilities of stem cell.
네, 세포의 종류가 너무나 많이 있는데 왜 하필이면 줄기세포를 키운 배양액을 화장품 원료로 쓰는지 이야기하겠습니다.
There are so many different types of cells, but let's talk about why of all cells we decide to use stem cells to deal with our skin.
네. 자, 가장 첫 번째는 바로 호밍 효과입니다.
The first reason is homing effect.
네. 줄기세포의 가장 큰 능력 중에 하나예요.
It is one of the biggest function of stem cells.
줄기세포는 주변에 있는 세포들을 관찰하고 매니징하는 역할을 합니다.
Stem cells are responsible for observing and managing cells around them.
네. 자, 줄기세포가 주변을 살펴보고 아픈 세포가 있으면 그 세포를 찾아내요.
So if a stem cell is always observing cells around them and they find any cells that are sick around them,
네. 자, 아픈 세포한테 찾아가서 그 세포를 치료하게 되죠. 그게 바로 호밍 효과예요.
and so they will look for those sick cells and they will start to treat those cells. And that is the homing effect we're talking about.
네. 자, 주변을 살펴서 주변을 매니징하기 때문에 아픈 세포를 찾아내고 근처로 가까이 가서 치료까지 하는 것이 바로 줄기세포의 호밍 효과다라고 이해하시면 되겠습니다.
So you can understand that stem cells homing effect is the ability to observe and manage other cells around it. And when they find the sick cell, they go and manage it.
네. 자, 우리 아까 줄기세포가 아직 변신하기 전의 세포다라고 얘기를 했었죠.
And so just now we talked about how stem cells are cells which have not yet transformed, right?
자, 주변에 아픈 세포를 찾아냈어요. 가까이 가죠. 이제 변신을 하게 되는 거예요.
So let's say a stem cell identified a sick cell. It will go towards the sick cell. And what it does is it starts to transform.
네. 아픈 세포를 치료할 수도 있고 플러스 본인이 직접 변신을 해서 치료를 하고 또 변신을 해서 그 부위를 채워내는 것이 바로 줄기세포의 역할입니다.
So the role of the stem cell is either to treat that sick cell or to transform itself to become that sick cell or to fill a void in the cell walls.
네. 자, 아픈 세포를 대체하기 위해서 본인이 변신을 했잖아요. 이제 여러 개로 수를 늘려야 될 순서가 됐어요.
And so now that the stem cell has transformed to treat that sick cell, it now has to multiply to become many cells.
네. 많이 여러 수를 만들어내는 것을 우리가 바로 복제 능력이다라고 합니다.
And this ability to multiply is the ability to copy. It's a multiplication function.
네. 자, 왜 하필이면 줄기세포를 키운 배양액을 쓰느냐? 이해되셨습니까?
So why do we use the extract of stem cell? Why is it the protein extract that we use?
네, 주변을 매니징하고 아픈 곳을 찾아내고 치료해요.
So it actually observes cells around them. They identify sick cells and then they manage it.
네, 자 그리고 찾아냈으면 본인이 직접 변신을 하고 변신한 세포의 수를 많이 늘리는 것까지가 바로 줄기세포의 능력입니다.
And once it identifies the sick cell, it treats the sick cell and it multiplies itself so that it can further handle that situation is the ability of stem cells.
네. 자, 예를 들어서 한번 설명해 볼게요.
So let me give you an example and explain it to you further.
자, 한국에서는 무릎뼈 사이 연골이 많이 쓰여서 없어지면 줄기세포를 주사로 주입하는 치료를 합니다.
So in Korea, if you use your knee too much and your cartilage wears out, there is a minor surgery where you inject stem cells into your knee to regrow the cartilage.
네. 자, 그러면 일단 연골은 많이 써서 닳아서 없어진 상태가 돼버린 거거든요.
So the cartilage is a situation where it dissipates because of use. It's a wear and tear over the years.
네. 자, 주사로 줄기세포를 투여하면 줄기세포는 주변을 살피죠.
So if you use an injection to inject stem cells into the knee, the stem cells will start to observe its environment.
네, 자, 지금 여기 필요한 치료가 뭐였죠? 연골을 채워야 하는 그런 치료였죠.
And so what was the treatment that was required here? It was the treatment of replacing cartilage in the knee.
자, 주입된 줄기세포는 비어있는 공간으로 찾아가게 됩니다.
So what stem cells do is they start to look for empty places or voids and they go there.
네. 아, 자, 그리고 판단을 해요. 아, 여기에 연골을 채워야겠다, 변신을 해야 되겠다라고 판단을 하죠.
And the stem cell makes a decision. Hey, we need some cartilage here, and it becomes a cartilage.
네. 자, 줄기세포가 바로 연골세포로 변신을 하게 됩니다. 바로 분화 능력이에요.
So the stem cell transforms into a cartilage cell, and that is where the transformation, the differentiation happens.
자, 그리고 연골을 가득가득 채워야 되겠죠. 수를 많이 늘려가는 것이 바로 복제 능력입니다.
And of course, we need to have more cartilage cells. And that more, that ability to copy is the multiplication ability.
네. 자, 원래 이런 줄기세포는 사람의 뭔가를, 동물의 뭔가를 치료할 때 쓰였던 그런 세포예요.
So this stem cell is actually a stem cell designed to heal or to treat people.
자, 그러다 보니까 스템셀, 그러니까 줄기세포를 관리하고 키우는 회사들은 대부분 바이오 전문 업체들인 거죠.
So companies that handle stem cell are primarily bio-specialized companies.
네. 자, 바이오 업체들이라고 하는 것은 치료제를 만들거나 의약품을 개발하는 곳이 바로 바이오 업체들이죠.
So bio companies mainly deal with producing treatments or other things to treat diseases. That's what they do.
네. 자, 바이오 업체들이 사람의 어떤 치료제를 연구하기 위해서 줄기세포를 키워내게 됩니다.
So in order to produce their products, what they do is they manufacture stem cells.
네. 자, 근데 세포를 사람의 몸 밖으로 꺼내놓으면 세포가 살 수 없잖아요.
But when you put stem cells out of the body, the stem cell can't survive.
네. 자, 그래서 이 배양액을 사람의 몸 속에 있는 것처럼 생각하게, 착각하게 만드는 배양액 속에 넣어서 그렇게 키워내는 거예요.
So what they do is they put the stem cell in an environment that is similar to the body, which is a protein extract. And that is how you make the stem cell believe that it's still in the body and it lives outside of the body.
자, 몸 밖으로 꺼낸 세포들은 종류에 따라서 배양액도 전부 다 달라집니다.
And so when the stem cell comes out, the protein that they use is also different.
네. 자, 그런데 특히나 줄기세포를 키워내는 배양액은 너무나 비싸요.
And the protein that you need to use to maintain stem cell, human stem cell, is actually very, very expensive.
네. 자, 그래서 제가 학교 다닐 때는 줄기세포를 키우는 실험실 근처에는 못 갔어요.
And so when I was in school, I couldn't go anywhere near a lab which managed stem cells.
네. 줄기세포를 키워내는 배양액이 너무나 비싸기 때문에 잘못 문 열었다가 줄기세포들이 사망하면 큰일 나거든요.
Because if you open the wrong door, then the stem cells are gonna die.
자, 그래서 근처에는 줄기세포를 키우는 실험실 근처에는 가지도 못했습니다.
And so I couldn't even go near the laboratories which grew stem cells.
자, 그러다 보니까 바이오 전문 업체들이 줄기세포를 연구에 쓰려고 치료제에 쓰려고 키우잖아요.
And so the bio companies grow these stem cells to use them in their products, right?
자, 줄기세포는 연구에 쓰기 위해서 키워냈는데 세포를 빼내고 나면 배양액이 남죠.
So they use the stem cell to put inside knee joints for cartilage, but they have a byproduct, which is a bunch of protein left, right?
네. 자, 그런데 줄기세포를 키우는 배양액이 너무나 비싸다 보니까 이 배양액을 버리기가 너무 아까운 거예요.
But because this stem cell is so expensive and they invested a lot of money to grow it, they felt that it was such a waste to throw away the protein.
그래서 이 배양액을 연구하기 시작합니다. 분석해요.
So they-
뭐가 들어있나?
So they start to study what is inside the protein extract.
네. 자, 그래서 연구를 해봤더니 무엇을 치료하고 성장시키고 재생시키는 성분이 매우 많이 녹여져 있었어요.
And when they studied the protein extract, they found out that there were so many ingredients which is beneficial for growing and regenerating and etc.
자, 그 이유가 뭘까요?
What do you think the reason is?
네, 바로 줄기세포라는 이 아이가 하는 일이 바로 치료하고 키워내는 일이기 때문에 그렇죠.
The reason is because the function of a stem cell is to grow, to take care, and to treat.
그래서 버리기 아까운 배양액을 화장품의 원료로 사용하기 시작합니다.
And so the stem cell protein, which is so wasteful to throw away, they start to use in skincare.
네, 자, 지금 이 내용은 식물 줄기세포, 동물 줄기세포, 곤충 줄기세포 모두 다 동일한 이야기입니다.
When it comes to this story, whether it's human, animal, insect, plant, it's the same.
네, 생명체들은 다 줄기세포라는 것을 가지고 있고 이 줄기세포가 치료를 하고 매니징을 하기 때문에 그렇죠.
Because all life come from stem cell, and all life is maintained with stem cells.
네, 자, 배양액을 채취를 하면 무조건 다 화장품의 원료로 쓸 수 있는 것은 아닙니다.
Now, we don't use any stem cell protein to be used in skincare.
네, 이 세포가 얼마나 건강하고 안전한지를 먼저 체크를 하죠.
We need to check how safe and how healthy this stem cell is, this cell is.
네, 자, 또한 특별히 줄기세포를 키우는 실험실은 병원과 같은 시설을 만들어내야 돼요.
And especially these places where produces stem cells need to maintain their facility like a hospital.
네, 그래서 병원과 같은 시설을 만들어서 검사도 받고요. 실험실에서 일하는 연구원들도 특별한 건강 검진을 하게 됩니다.
So these places have to be audited for cleanliness, and the people that work in these laboratories also need to be checked for health on a regular basis.
네, 자, 그리고 가장 마지막에는 안전성 평가까지 통과를 해야 화장품의 원료로 쓸 수 있어요.
They also need to go through a final safety evaluation before it's used as an ingredient in skincare.
지금 보시는 핑크색 물질들이 바로 세포를 키우는 배양액입니다.
So when you look at the pink substance in the photo, this is what the protein extract looks like.
네. 자, 우리 아까 배양액을 연구를 하고 분석을 했더니 너무나 좋은 물질들이 많이 있었다라고 했었죠.
So when they analyzed the extract, the protein extract, we said that there were many ingredients beneficial to growth and treatment.
자, 이런 물질들이 녹여져 있습니다. 표를 한번 봐주세요.
These are the ingredients that are inside.
그로스 팩터, 성장 인자, 사이토카인, 그 다음에 엑스트라 셀룰러 매트릭스, 파이브로넥틴 이런 여러 물질들이 있었다라는 거죠.
They found growth factors, cytokines, extracellular matrix, and fibronectins. There were various ingredients inside.
자, 지금 보시는 이런 물질들은 뭔가를 다 키워내고 탄탄히 하고 치료하는 데 필요한 물질들이에요.
These are ingredients which are primarily used to strengthen or treat.
자, 그럴 수밖에 없겠죠. 줄기세포가 하는 일이 바로 이런 거기 때문에 그렇습니다.
And that can only really be the case because, you know, that is the function of a stem cell anyways.
네, 자 지금 동그라미 안에, 동그란 원 안에 보면 알파벳들을 제가 쭉 나열을 해놨는데요.
So when you look at the inside of this circle, I have put here a bunch of alphabets.
네, 자 공통적으로 GF라는 단어가 다 들어가 있습니다.
But commonly, they all have the ending GF.
네, 자 뭐예요? GF, growth factor인 거죠.
So GF stands for growth factor.
배양액 안에 녹여 있는 대부분의 물질들은 뭔가를 성장시키는 그런 물질들이었습니다.
The majority of the ingredients which were inside the protein extract were growth factors. They were substances for growth.
자, 이렇게 뭔가를 성장시키는 물질들이 풍부한 배양액이 바로 우리 화장품 원료인 거예요.
And these growth factors are the primary ingredients for the skincare.
자, 그렇기 때문에 우리 제품을 쓰면 다들 피부가 건강하고 탄탄해지는 자생력을 가질 수밖에 없는 거죠.
That is why when you use a product which contains these ingredients, you have no choice but to have strengthened skin.
네, 자 예를 들면서 조금 간단하게 잘 이해가 되도록 설명을 또 해볼게요.
So let me explain to you further based on this diagram.
자, 세포들은 서로 연락을 합니다.
So cells actually contact each other.
먼 거리에 있는 세포들은 호르몬이나 신경을 통해서 연락을 해요.
So cells which are far away will communicate with cells using hormones.
네. 자, 근데 가까이에 있는 주변 세포들하고 연락을 할 때는 신호 전달 물질을 분비합니다.
But when the cells are nearby each other, they expel a thing called signal transmissions.
자, 우리 아까 신호 전달 물질이 뭐였죠? 사이토카인이었죠?
And what is the substance which communicates? It's cytokines.
네. 자, 가운데 노란색의 동그란 세포가 바로 주인공 줄기세포입니다.
So the yellow circle in the middle is the main character, which is stem cells.
네. 자, 줄기세포가 주변을 살펴보고 매니징을 해요. 어디 세포가 어떤 세포가 아픈지 찾아봅니다.
So these stem cells will go and look, you know, which cell is sick, which cell has problems, you know, it will start to go and look for these cells.
네. 오른쪽에 있는 세포가 눈에 띄었어요.
And it starts to identify the cell on the right.
네. 오른쪽. 야, 세포야. 너는 왜 세포 벽이 무너졌니? 라고 질문을 합니다.
And so this stem cell asks this right target cell and ask, hey cell, why is your wall broken down?
세포 벽이 탄탄해야 속에 있는 게 날아가는 것도 막고 외부에서 들어오는 것도 방어하지 않겠니?
Don't you think that by having a strong wall, you can make sure that whatever is inside does not leak out and protect yourself from whatever is outside to come in?
자, 내가 너한테는 세포 벽을 탄탄하게 할 수 있는 성장 인자를 보낼게.
So I will send to you a growth factor which will strengthen the cell walls of your cell.
자, 그런데 다른 세포도 많아서 헷갈릴 수 있으니까 파란색 신호 전달 물질에다가 벽을 채울 수 있는 성장 인자를 붙여서 보낼게 라고 이야기를 합니다.
But there are so many other cells around, you know. So I will make sure that I will put a blue labeling on it to make sure that you get it.
네, 자 그래서 오른쪽에 있는 벽을 채워야 되는 아이한테는 파란색 신호전달 물질에 벽을 채울 수 있는 성장인자를 붙여서 보냈습니다.
So what they do is they will stick together the ingredient which is required to build the cell and a blue messaging tag to make sure that they get it.
자, 이번에는 왼쪽에 있는 세포가 눈에 띄었어요.
Now the cell identifies the cell on the left.
자, 왼쪽에 있는 세포는 세포의 속 안에가 비어 있어요.
So he identifies that the cell on the left, the inside is empty.
자, 그래서 또 줄기세포가 비어 있는 세포한테 얘기합니다. 야, 세포야, 너는 왜 속이 비었니? 속이 탄탄해야 되지 않겠니?
And so the stem cell asks the cell, hey, why is your cell empty? Don't you think that your cell should be full?
세포 속이 탄탄해야 세포들이 힘을 가지고 탄력을 만들어낼 수 있잖아.
Only when the cell is full will then you be able to have a healthy cell.
내가 세포의 속을 채울 수 있는 성장인자를 보낼게. 잘 받아봐 라고 얘기를 합니다.
So the stem cell tells the cell, I'm going to send you ingredients to fill your cell. So receive it, okay?
자, 그런데 헷갈릴 수 있으니까 너한테는 빨간색 신호전달 물질에다가 속을 채울 수 있는 성장인자를 묻혀서 보낼게 라고 얘기를 합니다.
But there are many other cells, so I will make sure I put a red labeling on it so that you are able to receive it.
자, 그래서 줄기세포는 파란색의 성장인자와 빨간색의 성장인자를 양옆으로 보내게 됩니다.
And so the stem cell starts to send signals and ingredients to the blue cell and to the red cell.
네. 자, 여기에서 신호전달 물질의 역할이 매우 중요하죠.
So in this instance, the ingredient to send messages is very important.
네. 자, 그 메시지를 전달하는 아이가 바로 신호전달 물질, 사이토카인이거든요.
And this ingredient is called cytokines.
네. 사이토카인은 여러 중요한 물질들을 전달하는 매우 중요한 역할을 하는 그런 아이예요.
And cytokines have the function of delivering very important ingredients to other cells.
우리가 피부에 좋은 성분을 발랐을 때는 피부 속으로 들어갔으면 좋겠죠.
So when you put on good products on your skin, you want it to go deep inside the skin, right?
자, 하지만 화장품의 성분이 피부 속으로 깊숙이 들어가는 것은 매우 어렵습니다.
But for skincare to go very deep inside your skin is very difficult, actually.
자, 그래서 이때 바로 일을 하는 아이가 사이토카인이에요.
And so the person in charge of making sure these things go deep are cytokines.
사이토카인이 좋은 성분을 묻혀서 받아서 피부 속으로 세포들한테 전달하게 되는 거죠.
And so what the cytokines does is it actually delivers the ingredients to the deep parts of your skin.
자, 제가 옆자리 그리고 그 옆자리에 우리 교육팀이 또 한 분이 앉아 계시거든요.
And so I have two people here sitting with me right now in the education team.
멀리 있는 우리 교육팀 직원한테 이것 좀 받아라고 던질 수도 있겠죠.
I can tell my colleague far away to say, hey, I'm gonna give this to you. Take it.
자, 하지만 바로 옆에 있는 직원, 우리 바로 옆에 있는 교육팀 직원에게 이것 좀 옆으로 전달해 주세요라고도 부탁을 할 수가 있잖아요.
Or I can tell my colleague next to me, hey, can you please give this to that person?
자, 귀하고 좋은 성분들을 옆으로 전달해 주는 아이가 바로 사이토카인이에요.
And cytokines are the people or the functions which delivers these things to the people around you.
네. 자, 그렇기 때문에 성장인자, 그로스 팩터와 함께 큰 역할을 하는 아이, 바로 사이토카인이라는 것도 꼭 기억해 주세요.
So remember that cytokines are important in having healthy delivery of ingredients.
우리가 필요한 것은 줄기세포가 아니죠.
So it's not stem cells that we need actually.
우리가 필요한 거는 줄기세포가 뿜어낸, 줄기세포가 만들어낸 여러 성장 인자들이 바로 필요한 것입니다.
It is the many growth factors that the stem cells produce, which we need.
자, 뿜어놓은 여러 성장 인자들이 타겟 세포한테 가서 치료나 관리를 하게 됩니다.
And so these stem cells expel these growth factors and they get targeted towards these sick cells.
자, 말레이시아에도 이런 질문을 많이 하나요?
So does Malaysian make this same question as well?
자, 한국은 배양액이 함유된 화장품이 워낙 인기가 좋아요.
So in Korea, for example, we have stem growth factor skincare is actually very famous.
자, 그러다 보니까 우리 아프로존은 5% 배양액이 들어있죠.
And our AfroZone product contains 5% growth factors.
자, 그런데 20% 배양액, 30% 배양액을 만들어내는 그런 회사가 나타났어요.
But there are companies which produce 20%, 30%.
자, 그러면 단순하게 심플하게 생각하면 배양액이 5%보다 30%가 더 진하게 많이 들어있다라고 느껴지겠죠.
So of course, people will think that 30% is better than 5%, right?
하지만 배양액은 회사에 따라서 농도가 다 달라요.
But protein extract potency really depends on the individual companies.
어떤 회사는 배양액 자체를 이미 많이 희석한 상태로 원료라고 만들어내는 회사들도 많거든요.
There are companies which have diluted the growth factor a lot, but they call it the main ingredient.
자, 말레이시아도 이렇게 커피, 카페에서 커피 많이 사서 드시나요?
Do you buy a lot of coffee in the cafe in Malaysia?
제가 말레이시아에서 예전에 커피를 마셨는데 굉장히 진하더라고요.
I remember when I drank coffee in Malaysia, it was very strong.
네. 근데 저는 좀 이렇게 연한, 부드러운 커피를 좋아하거든요.
But I like soft, more smooth coffee.
네. 자, 그래도 진한 에스프레소 말레이시아 커피도 커피예요.
But coffee in Malaysia, which is strong, is also coffee.
자, 제가 물을 많이 타서 마시는 커피도 커피죠.
So if I put a lot of water in the strong coffee, it's still coffee.
네. 자, 회사마다 커피의 농도가 다른 것처럼 배양액도 농도가 다릅니다.
So just like how the strength of coffee is different depending on where you are, the strength of the growth factor skincare is also different depending on the company.
네, 배양액은 회사마다 농도가 다 다르게 만들어지는 거예요.
And so the growth factor strength is different depending on the company.
아프로존의 배양액은 원액에 가까운 상태로 만들어집니다.
So the growth factor of AfroZone is near strongest when it's produced.
네, 그래서 함량이 매우 높고 매우 진하게 들어가 있죠.
Oh, so it's near concentrated, and so it's very concentrated inside the skincare.
자, 한국에서 출시되고 있는 제품의 배양액 순서대로 나열한 것을 표로 보실 수 있습니다.
So you can see here in the ingredient list the list of ingredients which are inside the product in order.
얼마나 진하게 들어있는지 순서대로 나열을 해놨습니다.
They organized it according to the biggest percentage, follow all the way to the smallest. Meaning
네.
the first ingredient that comes out is the majority ingredient in the product.
네, 아마 표기상 말레이시아에서 구입하시는 말레이시아에서 만나는 제품은 콜라겐이라고 표기상 되어 있을 거예요.
So I think that the products in Malaysia, the naming may be a bit different due to government regulations.
네, 자 콜라겐이라고 하는 표기가 얼마나 앞에, 얼마나 앞쪽에 있는지 한번 보세요.
Look at how in front the ingredient growth factor is.
자, 자, 원액에 가까운 원료이기 때문에 5%지만 굉장히 진하게 함유되어 있습니다.
Even though it's 5%, it's at the very front of the ingredient list.
네. 자, 우리가 보통 기준점으로 얘기하는 게 바로 나이아신아마이드라는 성분인데요.
So the standard that we use to determine whether there's a lot of stem cell or little stem cell is by seeing where niacinamide is.
네. 자, 나이아신아마이드라는 성분은 어떤 제품이든 다 비슷한 농도로 들어가 있어요.
So when it comes to niacinamide, no matter which product you look at, the percentage is more or less the same.
네. 그래서 이 나이아신아마이드보다 더 앞쪽에 있으면 훨씬 더 많이 들어간 거겠죠.
And so if it's in front of niacinamide, that means you have a lot of stem cell protein inside your product.
네. 자, 이제 우리께 20%야, 30%야 라고 누군가가 얘기를 하게 된다면 제품의 전성분표를 꼭 보시기 바랍니다.
So if someone tells you whether the product has 20% or 30%, look at the total ingredient list.
네. 자, 그래서 전성분표를 보시고 얼마나 많이 진하게 들어있는지를 확인해 보시면 답을 하실 수 있습니다.
So if you see how in front growth factor is compared to niacinamide, you will be able to tell the true concentration of stem cell inside the product.
네. 자, 두 번째 자주 묻는 질문이에요.
The second most common question,
자, 화장품에 줄기세포가 들어있나요? 라고 물어봅니다.
do you have stem cells inside your skincare?
네. 자, 우리 앰플에 줄기세포가 들어가 있나요?
So do we have stem cells inside our skincare?
자, 대답은 no죠.
So the answer is
줄기세포가
no.
들어있진 않아요.
It
네.
doesn't contain stem cells.
네. 우리가 필요한 건 줄기세포가 아니라 줄기세포가 뿜어놓은 성장인자가 필요한 거죠.
It is not the stem cells that we require, but the growth factors which the stem cells produce.
네. 자, 이 이야기는 식물 줄기세포 화장품도 다 똑같은 이야기에 해당이 됩니다.
So whether it's plant stem cell or human stem cell, it's exactly the same story.
네. 아마 365 루비셀 아니면 또 최근에 나온 뭐 스텐바이엄 이런 좀 타 브랜드들도 다 배양액을 함유하고 있는데요.
So when you look at our RubyCell 365 line, it also contains plant stem cells.
자, 이런 제품들도 식물 줄기세포가 들어있는 게 아니라 줄기세포를 키운 배양액이 들어있습니다.
It is not the stem cell, the plant stem cells that's inside the product, but the growth factors derived from the plant stem cells.
네. 자, 배양액이 피부에 너무 좋은 역할을 하는 건 이제 과학적으로 증명이 되었죠.
So it is scientifically proven that stem cell protein extract improves your skin.
자, 그런데 문제가 생겼어요.
But we have a problem.
배양액이 피부랑 친하지 않은 거예요.
Protein and skin does not get along very well.
자, 배양액은 기름과 친합니다.
Protein is very good friends with oil.
자, 그런데 피부는 기름과 친한 아이고 물과는 별로 친하지 않죠.
And skin is also good friends with oil, but not good friends with water.
자, 그러다 보니까 물과 기름이 안 섞이는 것처럼 배양액이랑 피부랑 친하지 않아 버렸어요.
So just like how water and oil does not get along, protein extract and skin also does not get along.
자, 여기에서 바로 과학기술이 접목이 됩니다.
So that is where we use scientific technology.
네, 줄기세포 배양액을 나노 폴리머전 테크놀로지 과학기술을 붙여 버렸어요.
So on the stem cell protein extract, we put together nanopolymersome technology.
나노 폴리머전 테크놀로지의 과학기술이 접목이 되기 때문에 배양액이 피부랑 매우 친한 성분으로 재탄생하게 된 거죠.
So this protein extract, which does not get along with the skin, is mixed together with the nanopolymersome technology and it then becomes good friends with the skin.
플러스 브라이트닝 그리고 모이스처라이징 그다음에 엘라스틱 우리 엘라스틴이라고 얘기하는데 스무스 진정 이런 여러 핵심 성분 피부를 개선시키는 이런 핵심 성분들을 붙여놨어요.
We also attached other ingredients which assists with brightening, moisturizing, soothing, and elasticity.
네, 자 배양액에 나노폴리머전 테크놀로지의 과학기술을 접목시키고 플러스 피부에 좋은 4가지 핵심 성분을 덧붙여 버렸다는 거죠.
So we added nanopolymerism technology, and we also added brightening, moisturizing, soothing, elasticity functions as well.
자, 이렇게 해서 재탄생된 이름이 뭐예요? APL 프로입니다.
And what is all this what is the summation of all this called? APL Pro.
APL 프로는 아프로존만의 특별한 특허 성분이죠.
So APL Pro is an ingredient patented to Afrozone only.
자, 과학기술을 접목시킨 APL 프로는 흡수율을 19.87%나 증가시키게 되었습니다.
And APL Pro, this combination increased absorption rate by 19.87%.
네, 자, 배양액이 피부랑 친하지 않았는데 과학기술로 인해서 피부 흡수율을 거의 20% 가까이 증가시키게 된 거죠.
So protein extract is not really good friends with the skin, but using this technology, we are able to increase the absorption rate by close to 20%.
네, 이미 여러 논문을 통해서 임상적인 효과가 증명이 되었습니다.
Through various scientific studies, it has already been proven.
자, 그림으로도 보이시죠?
So with the image, you can also see
네, 주름도 굉장히 많이 옅어졌고요.
wrinkles have faded away by a lot.
붉고 어두웠던 피부색이 굉장히 맑아졌습니다.
Dark and bumpy skin has become more clear.
네, 자 그리고 넓은 모공이 굉장히 타이트해졌어요.
And big pores have become tighter.
자, 피부를 튼튼하고 건강하게 근본을 바꿔주는 배양액의 힘, 바로 눈으로 확인하실 수 있습니다.
So the strength of protein extract on the skin, you are able to confirm with your eyes.
네, 자 아프로존의 특별한 이야기, 오늘은 APL 프로 이야기를 해봤는데요.
So today we talked about the uniqueness of, we talked about the APL Pro story of Afrozone.
네, 자 아프로존의 특별한 이야기는 또 하나 있죠. 에어브러시.
So we have one more unique story, which is the airbrush system.
네, 에어브러시 시스템 이야기는 우리 다음에 해보도록 하겠습니다.
So we will talk about the airbrush system next time.
네, 자 오늘 1시간 가까이 이야기를 했는데요. 모두 다 이제 점심 식사를 해야 하는 시간이네요.
So we have talked for over a little over an hour, and it's lunchtime, right? Actually, it's not. We have one more hour to go, but yeah.
네, 저는 다음 달에 또 좋은 내용으로 찾아뵙도록 하겠습니다.
So I will revisit you again with more content next month.
네, 오늘 제 이야기가 도움이 되셨나요? 도움이 되신 분들은 오케이 사인으로 또 마무리해 보도록 할게요.
So have I helped? Did my story help you today? If yes, please type an OK or give me an OK.
네, 오케이 모두 다 즐거운 시간이어서 감사합니다. 네, 감사합니다. 많은 분들이 호응해주고 계시네요.
Yes, I can see all the OKs. Thank you so much
네.
for that.
네, 건강히 잘 지내시고 저는 또 다음 달에 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 수고 많으셨어요.
I hope that you all stay well, and I'll see you again next month.
네,
Thank
감사합니다.
you. Thank you. Bye bye. Back to you, Irvine. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you so much.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
哇，你们就是哇，有很多很多的新知识，我们不知道的。我听了，然后我看了，让我的头脑有一点点吸收不来。你们有没有觉得今天韩国老师 给我们的这一些知识是对我们非常有用呢？
Yeah, exactly. Same goes to me when I heard this my first time when they explain so details about Ruby cell technology and ingredient. It make my mind just, you know, if you guys feel the same way, type a 111 for me. So I know you guys have a mind blown as well.
是的。
Full of knowledge, full of, you know, new things to learn every day.
然后还有就是接下来呢是什么呢？接下来呢，我们需要一个非常重要的环节，然后我们非常荣幸邀请了2位，其中一位呢就是 Grace Tan。Grace Tan， 据我所知呢，其实他是一个企业家，这样子企业这一方面我就不谈了。但是我听到他的故事的时候，其实我很 inspire， 就是其实他大病一场之后，然后就是夜经，我们讲夜市来停了9年。停了9年没有那个夜市来的时候，会导致什么呢？导致他的外在那个肚子是拱拱的，所以拱拱还没关系，就是很多人就会看到他的时候，他们就会问 Grace 你是不是怀孕了？其实对一个女人来说是一件非常伤心的事情，但是现在你看Grace 的样子，然后等一下我叫她站起来看她的肚子。你想不想知道 Grace Tan 是怎么用 Ruby Cell 里面，然后从外在和改变她的内在的健康？你想不想知道？如果想的话，你们打22好吗？
So today we are honored to welcome Grace Tan, who's one of our testimonial speaker. So from what I'm going to just translate what Sharon said, because I'm not too sure about the menstrual cycle thing. So Sharon said that her menstrual cycle actually stopped for 9 months, right?
Yeah. 不是 9 months, 9 years.
9 years, okay,
Yeah.
not 9 months, 9 years. Okay, that's longer than I expected. So 9 years, and when you see her, you can see her body is bloated. But people didn't know it was bloated or anything. They thought she was pregnant. So right now, after using Ruby Cell, you can see her face totally change, and her body also gets slimmer after using Ruby Cell. I'm not sure whether her menstrual cycle came back or what, but you will hear it from her herself. So let's welcome Grace Tan to share with us her testimonial.
还有一个就是我们的 Nika。
这个等下我们再讲咯。
等一下再讲。
Let's
OK， 好。
welcome Grace Tan first, okay? Grace Tan.
Hello， 大家好，
Hi
我是 Grace Tan， 我是来自吉隆坡的 ，OK， 谢谢 Sharon， 谢谢 Aaron， OK， 其实大家见到我呢，应该是很惊讶，因为我之前是怎么样讲呢？我是 cancer patient 的，是在2012年，然后我遇到的问题就是说，我做了整个疗程之后，其实我的皮肤就是越来越糟糕，然后我的肚子就是越来越大。然后我用到很多产品都不能够解决的，就是说，因为在我的脸上，我开始的那个雀斑就越来越糟糕了，而且是